Summerslam, it's known as the biggest event of the summer. But for the superstars of WWE Universe Mode, it's known as a night to create history. Tonight, we celebrate the history of Summerslam as we look back at some of the most memorable moments from the past 4 events. It's clear that Summerslam is one of the most important nights of the year. Over 5 years of Universe Mode, we have seen blood, sweat, and tears from our superstars as rivalries, they explode out of control. Championship dreams come true and unbelievable moments take place. SummerSlam has brought us some of the best moments in the series, and tonight, the history continues as our superstars from RAW and Smackdown collide in an epic battle to determine who will walk out of SummerSlam with glory, power, and of course, championship gold. Who will stand tall? Who will fall? And what moment will stand the test of time? SummerSlam, the biggest event of the summer, starts now. For the 5th time, we welcome you to SummerSlam right here on WWE Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz, and tonight it is jam-packed full of action. We have many matches for you tonight, including championship matches and matches that will certainly test our rivalries as our superstars will collide in all-out warfare. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SummerSlam, and we will kick things off with Bray Wyatt, who will go one-on-one with Rey Mysterio. Of course, if you want to watch a specific match, head to the description down below on the YouTube video. Click the timestamp and it'll take you to whichever match you'd like to see first. Okay, so Bray Wyatt and Rey Mysterio, let's take you back to what's been going on between these two. Rey Mysterio got a victory over The Miz on SmackDown, and it was interrupted by Bray Wyatt at the end, and Bray was clapping him on. We were a little bit confused as to why this was happening. And then the following week, Rey Mysterio was seen laid out backstage. Mysterio said, "Hey, whoever did this to me, get in the ring and fight me now." And here came Bray's followers, Zack Ryder, Ty Dillinger, beating down Mysterio with a steel chair. He was hurting. And then the leader himself, he would appear. Bray Wyatt would come to pick up the pieces, finish off Rey Mysterio once and for all. Bray wasn't done there though. Mysterio was about to be carted away on a stretcher, but Bray Wyatt would continue to assault Mysterio. Bray was hurt badly. So we can confirm Mysterio will compete tonight, but the question is, what kind of condition will Rey Mysterio be in? Is he 100%? I highly doubt it. Is he 50%? I don't even know. Mysterio has a huge heart. He will always fight no matter what the challenge is, but I feel like tonight might be too big of a challenge for him to overcome. Mysterio will fight. Bray Wyatt will look to finish the job. Bray Wyatt and Mysterio one-on-one to kick SummerSlam off. And here he is, Rey Mysterio. And you can clearly see the bandages wrapped around the body, the arm, the torso, the shoulders. He's hurt. Rey Mysterio, you got to credit him for coming out here tonight and trying to do this, but he is clearly hurt. He's putting on a brave face at the moment as he comes down the ring, trying to hype himself up, trying to really play off the crowd support here. This is probably not a great idea from Rey Mysterio, to say the least. Stepping inside the ring with a killer like Bray Wyatt, a man who just has that instinct that just wants to beat you down, hurt you down. He's got this sadistic side about him, Bray, and it's only getting worse and worse. As now Bray will start off and immediately launches Mysterio in the air and slams him down. Not the start Rey needed. Well, I don't know what the game plan is for Mysterio. How does he beat Bray Wyatt? I feel like he's got to do it very, very quickly and almost take no offense in doing so. He's already been thrown around the ring a couple of times. If Bray does it a few more times in this match, that might be the end of it already. Mysterio trying something here, looking to perhaps flip Bray Wyatt over, and he does! Okay, Mysterio on the board. This is his first big strike in this match. And we said, I feel as though Mysterio just has to win this quickly. Every time he gets struck, it's just going to really impact the body. He's already hurting badly. I'm surprised he even showed up tonight after what took place recently on SmackDown. Rey was out of action. Couldn't turn up to SmackDown last week after the beatdown, so he's only had about a little bit over a week to recover from those injuries, and you can tell he is not 100% with those bandages all over the body. But Bray will have to continue to attack. The heart of Rey Mysterio will always keep him in this match, no matter what. He'll never die wondering. He'll always try and give everything he's got, as you can see, with the grimacing on the face of Rey after every strike, after every move, every time he takes a move, you can just tell he is hurting. But so far, he's in control. And this is good signs for Mysterio, who might need to look for something big, as I said early, to try his luck. Well, we don't exactly know why Bray has targeted Mysterio, but from what we've been, kind of piecing the puzzle pieces together, it feels as though Bray is looking to make a major statement. He feels as though Mysterio, being a legend here in Universe Mode, it looks as though Bray is targeting a big name to really put his group and himself back on the map. Bray Wyatt has recruited the Ascension, Zack Ryder and Ty Dillinger, 4 guys who have been struggling for victories, losing for years now. Just can't get anything happening for themselves. But Bray Wyatt, rather than kind of tossing them away, he's tried to bring them together. He's tried to form this alliance, this group of guys who are now following Bray's lead. He calls them Bray's followers because these are the guys that, are trying, to follow Bray in his direction. And he feels as though with his direction and his leadership, he can bring these guys, these 4 superstars, from the bottom back to the top. And he's trying to do so here by, I suppose, resurrecting his own career. Bray's been out of action a little bit over the last year or so, not really involved in anything too major. He did have some title opportunities around TLC last season, around that Survivor Series time as well. He was in the mix for the WWE Championship, but not a lot else from Bray since. And you can tell the frustrations have been there for Wyatt, and you can clearly see that anger is now being unleashed on Mysterio over the last number of weeks. And Bray, at the moment, takes right hands there by Rey. Rey Mysterio, you can tell, just not the speed about him tonight. He's hitting those right hands and hesitating. Normally Mysterio, he'll follow it up with something quickly, but just doesn't have the speed about him tonight, just because he just can't move as well as he normally would. He's just not nimble tonight at all. He's just struggling to really get anything happening. And there's no surprise, those injuries will always hold him down. Mysterio's had a lot of knee injuries throughout his career and things like that as well, so he's already got a banged up body. And now you make the upper torso area, the shoulders, the rib cage, you make those all banged up. Mysterio could be in some danger. As now Rey, hang on, hold the phone, here he comes. 619 from Mysterio. Rey Mysterio up to the top now. It's do or die. Oh no! Double knees by Wyatt. If Rey had hit that, it could have been over. But maybe the fractured ribs of Mysterio could be broken now. Oh, Mysterio, the 619, he nearly had the match. He nearly stole it from Wyatt. But Bray, he went for maybe one move too many. Bray was ready for it and hit the double knees. As now Mysterio in the corner, still going. Rey Mysterio, this is everything for him right now. Mysterio not too long back into the mix. He hasn't been around for all that long. This is probably his first major match since returning here on pay-per-view. He's had a title opportunity against Roman Reigns on a SmackDown. But other than that, this is probably Rey's next big match in the last few months. This is an important match for Rey if he wants to get his career back on track. This is a very crucial match for him, but the Uranagi from Wyatt, and that could be about to be coming crashing and burning from Mysterio. In trouble now, Bray, Sister Abigail. And Bray Wyatt, has he sealed the deal? He has. Wyatt puts Rey away relatively quickly. Well, we said Mysterio really only had a few minutes to strike, and he almost did it. He attacked Bray, he hit the 619, he almost pulled it off. But the injured, battered and bruised Mysterio, he's a broken man tonight. And oh God, Bray's gonna continue! Bray Wyatt continuing the assault. Rey's already taking enough. Rey's hurt badly. And now Bray, it looks like he's trying to take him out for good. Oh no. Well, a difficult start for one of our SmackDown superstars, but now we turn our attention to Raw, and our attention will be turned to a multiple-time US champion, Shinsuke Nakamura, and the WWE champion of the past, Finn Balor. Well, SummerSlam's been pretty kind to Balor in the past. Tonight he teams up with Nakamura, and we take a look back at what's been going on. Nakamura beaten down by the newly formed Insurgence as Clash of Champions. He's had his issues with them. He's wanted revenge for a while. Balor recently experienced Insurgence when he was looking to become the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship against Kevin Owens. Elias interrupting, costing Balor the match. Frustration has been certainly there for both Balor and Nakamura. They just can't seem to really advance in their career at the moment because of Insurgence being right there to try and bring them down in every opportunity that they get. Well, it was on this night a couple of seasons ago. Finn Balor cashed in Money in the Bank to become the WWE champion for the very first time in his career. He would go on to hold that title for 1 year. Last year at SummerSlam, season number 4, Finn Balor walked in as the WWE champion to continue a 1-year championship reign. It happened, but AJ Styles would beat Finn Balor on that night. Balor would lose the championship and he would have to go away due to an injury. Well, we know Balor returned at the Royal Rumble. He won the Royal Rumble match, and the rest is history from then. And Finn Balor has been tremendous since coming to Raw, but nothing to show for it. Now tonight, Finn Balor gets a chance to be in the ring here at SummerSlam again, looking for some own personal redemption and revenge against these two. Bobby Roode and Elias. They're known as Insurgents. Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens make up the other 2 members of the group. They'll be in action later on tonight themselves. Elias and Roode, considered to be the tag team of the group. They've had their eyes on the tag team championships down the line. I'm sure they'll probably get an opportunity for them. At the moment, they're looking to deal with 2 of Raw's best in Nakamura and Balor. Can they do it? It's going to be a very tough task, but they are certainly very, very good in their own right. Bobby Roode, the longest reigning NXT champion in history, is Roode. Oh, straight away wanted to go to the top of the rope. I don't know about that one, Roode. A bit of a mistake there from Bobby. He gets back off the top, though, and now will look to strike Nakamura, who will hit him with the inverted DDT. Well, I was going to say Bobby Roode, longest reigning NXT champion in history, signed the biggest contract in Raw history for a debuting superstar, for somebody coming from NXT to the main roster. The biggest contract. It was a large amount of money, and he's still on that deal. He still has that same contract locked in for a couple of years. Bobby Roode, he is getting paid quite handsomely to do what he does best, and that's just beat you down. That's just attack, and that is just to really just do the basics right, do the nitty gritty right. It's not about really showboating. It's just about outworking you, getting you in the ring, getting those fundamentals right. And the thing about Roode is he can take a beating, but he can also really dish it out at the same time. Very difficult to beat. And the guy, Bobby Roode himself, the man himself, really is all about doing it and telling the world how great he is at the same time. Loves to shout out how glorious he is. We hear it all the time. And some guys, they say how great they are, but they can't back it up. But in Roode's case, he is great, and he does back it up. That's what makes him dangerous. He does have this huge ego, this massive level of confidence, but then he gets in the ring, and he backs it up. One of the reasons why Bobby Roode has joined the Insurgence group, and one of the mission statements of Insurgence is to kind of band together a few guys that have been overlooked for some of the other names here on Raw. Roode has come to Raw, obviously has this big contract, and was expected to do a lot of things. Roode, in his opinion, hasn't been given any opportunity to accomplish all of those things that everyone believes he can do. No real chances for any championship at all. He's been dealing with Drew McIntyre. Now he's finished dealing with him. He's kind of in a bit of a limbo stage, waiting for his chance. Hasn't been given one. And Roode, as he looks for a neck breaker, and Nakamura finds it. And Bobby Roode believes he can do everything. He believes he can be world champion. He believes he can be tag champion. He believes he can do everything, Bobby Roode. hasn't been given the chance to do it. Insurgents, that's how they feel at the moment. Elias, another similar guy, very aggressive in the ring, loves to sing songs. Some people like them, some people don't. And he wants the world to walk with him. Walk with Elias is his motto. Everybody to walk with him and follow his music and his journey. Well, he does have a good fan base, but there's a lot of people that don't necessarily agree with the way he's gone about things. Certainly the last couple of months since joining up with Insurgents, Elias has not been the most favourite of people, and Finn Balor has been a guy that has wanted to get his hands on Elias badly. He has beaten Elias one-on-one, we know that, and Balor will be looking to do it again here tonight in this tag team match, get the job done again. Elias essentially cost him a chance to become the Intercontinental Champion here tonight. Balor was looking pretty good against Kevin Owens, could have easily beaten him and gone on to challenge John Cena. Instead, it will be KO versus Cena later on tonight. Championship on the line. Elias and Balor, some bad history in a short period of time, and we'll see it take place in the ring tonight. Both guys get a chance just to unleash the hatred on each other. That's what it's all about here at SummerSlam. We've seen it over the years. We recapped it earlier on in the show. All the history of SummerSlam and all the times that we've come across SummerSlam and some of the biggest rivalries coming ahead at this very event. I think of course, Randy Orton and The Rock. One of the huge epic clashes they had. The third of their awesome singles matches took place at this very event. Triple H, Lesnar, Cena and Lesnar as well. Some epic matches. Styles, Balor, that huge rivalry they had for a long period of time last year. And it continues here tonight. We'll see Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman. They'll compete later on. The Club and the Shield as well. And we'll even see Ronda Rousey finally make her in-ring debut after making her Raw debut, appearance-wise, recently on the last episode of Raw. Announced as the third member for Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch's team to take on the Riott Squad. So SummerSlam full of big matches here tonight and lots of rivalries to go along with them. Not just about championships here tonight at the big stage, but titles are certainly in the back of the minds of all four men in this ring at the moment. Nakamura wanted to become Universal Champion. Finn Balor wanted to become Universal Champion. Both guys had a chance at that title against Samoa Joe. And both guys unsuccessful and have had to deal with Insurgents ever since. It's been a frustrating couple of months for Balor and Nakamura, and they could be about to put that all behind them with a victory over Insurgents tonight. Nakamura sliding back inside the ring. Bobby Roode all ready for it with the spinebuster. Nobody does it better than Roode here in the WWE. That spinebuster, a thing of beauty, but still only good enough to get a 2 count. I mentioned a moment ago, Roode thinking how glorious he is. Well, here's an example. Mid-match, Nakamura hurting, and he wants to let everyone know how glorious he is, not once, but twice. Nakamura back to his feet, looking to make him pay. Bit of a different look for Nakamura tonight. Will this new look certainly bring some success for him as... Oh! The red team of Nakamura and Balor looking pretty good at the moment with a double back body drop, but Roode brings in his tag partner Elias. Almost a bit of a red versus blue vibe here in this one as Balor will continue to deal with Elias. Balor will be very confident that he can beat Elias after getting a victory over him recently. Been dealing with Elias over the last couple of weeks specifically. And Balor, I'm sure, will be feeling as though he can get the job done. Roode, on the other hand, is a whole different beast. Balor and Roode yet to really cross paths, and I'm sure when they will, it's going to be one match you don't want to miss. We'll get a bit of a sneak peek here tonight. There's Elias in the corner, tag opportunity available. Can't quite make the most of it, Finn Balor, as Elias will get himself out of the corner, fight his way through, and now drive the knee into the back of Finn Balor. Balor looking for the tag. Nakamura reaching out, but he can't get there thanks to Elias. Elias is talking a bit of trash right now to Nakamura. And just going to continue to stomp away on Balor right near Nakamura, just kind of letting him know that, hey, I'm beating up your partner and looking at you while I do it. That's what Elias is all about. The thing I like the most about Elias is his aggression. He's not afraid to really punch you in the mouth as hard as he possibly can. He'll do it with a smile on his face, or he can do it with a look on you that he suggests he's going to hurt you badly. That's what I like about Elias. And now Finn Balor heading to the top. You don't want to be here if you're Elias right now. Oh, he's going to go for it. Coup de grace. He got it. Where did that come from? Cover. Hooks the leg. And oh, Bobby Roode there to break it up. And now Roode with the elbow strikes there. Coming after Nakamura. Finn Balor nearly had this match won. Elias just really out of nowhere caught in the middle of the ring as the glorious DDT. Nakamura taken out there by Bobby Roode, and all of a sudden it could be 2-on-1 here. I don't know if Nakamura will be okay, as now Roode, he's got a submission on outside the ring as well. Bobby Roode will continue his work. Meanwhile in the corner, Elias has Balor in the corner here. Look at those strikes from Elias. And now the running bulldog. That's more like it. From the man known as the Drifter. And there's the big elbow drop. Elias. What an upset this would be for him to win this match for his team. A massive career victory. Looking for drift away, but Balor able to find a counter. And now Elias, using his power, launches Balor in the corner with the knee to follow it up. Well, this has been a fantastic performance from Elias this last little period. You know, we've looked at Elias and said, hey, this guy has potential. He could really be something. But we've always been waiting for that match, that one true moment where we see him step up. We haven't quite seen it yet, but perhaps tonight could be the night. But at the moment, the 1916 could be enough to put Elias away for Finn Balor, but not enough to be, because Bobby Roode there again, and Nakamura still reeling after that glorious DDT, you feel. Won't be able to break things up that quickly at the moment. Got to try and recover. And Finn Balor has got Elias in the center of the ring and stomps. Elias hurting. Well, when Elias interrupted Finn Balor a couple of weeks ago in that #1 contendership match against Kevin Owens, Finn Balor caught him flush on the jaw with a right hand. And Elias was down for a long period of time, so Balor, he certainly's got a few good strikes of his own. Hit the sling blade a moment ago as he gains a bit of momentum here. Getting Elias in the corner. You never want to be here if you're Elias right now. Finn Balor going to line him up. Kicks him straight into the turnbuckles. Into the corner he goes. Now heading to the top here. Finn, can he find it once again? The coup de grace off the top of the rope. No! Elias ready for it on this occasion. And now we'll drive Balor into the corner. The tag's been made. In comes Roode, and he had to make that tag. Elias was in real danger of losing this one. And the glorious one is back in here against Finn. And the backbreaker. Finn's hurting. Finn Balor swept off his feet here. Here's Bobby Roode by Finn. Finn Balor, 1 whole year as the WWE Champion, Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner. There really isn't a lot that Finn Balor has yet to really accomplish here. Intercontinental Championship was one of those things. Balor would certainly had his eye on it. Maybe even Tag Team Champion. I mean, I've got to say, Nakamura and Balor work pretty well as a tag team. I don't mind it. You certainly can see them teaming up together and maybe coming after either the Revival or the Hardy Boys. Whoever will be the Tag Team Champion, we'll figure that out later on tonight when those two teams will clash for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I've got to say, I've enjoyed the work of Nakamura and Finn Balor. Two men who've had a lot of history over in Japan, and using their backgrounds of that to come together and form this tag partnership. Even if it is for one night only, it's still impressive nonetheless. Both guys, Balor and Nakamura, they both want to be the Universal Champion, and sometimes, you know, that greed and desire and that passion for being the best and, you know, that real need to be the champion can sometimes really impact relationships, and friendships can really take a big downward spiral from it. And we're seeing Finn Balor and Nakamura putting their differences aside, putting those aspirations aside for the same goal, and that is just to get Insurgence down a peg or two, knock them down a little bit, try and stunt some of their momentum, because they've been very, very solid over the last number of months since forming this group. And you've got to say, that's great to see that Nakamura and Balor can put that aside for the same goal here tonight. Well, we've seen friendships explode because of world championships, or any championship for that matter. Tag titles, we see it all the time. You know, when you two get off the same page, when things aren't going the way that you want it to go, things can really implode quickly. And all of a sudden, guys that were fighting together are fighting against each other. But at the moment, things are working out well for Balor and Nakamura. And I kind of think about later on tonight when we see Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch team up. Both those two women, they both want to be women's champion. And they've had a bit of animosity between each other over the last month or so. Can they get on the same page? Or will their desire to be the person to win the match for them tonight, or their desire to be in the spotlight, will that get in the way of the real goal there? And that's to beat the Riott Squad. We'll find out later on. It's now the clothesline by Rude. Balor needs a tag. Nakamura been out of the action for a little bit of time now. Rude just trying to grind a victory here, trying to wear down Finn Balor, and that's what Bobby Roode does. He's a guy that can take an absolute beating, but then get back up and find a way to win. Elias now reintroduced. Great way to keep each other fresh. Finn Balor's hurting. He needs a tag. Nakamura, I don't know if he can get himself in here. Elias gonna throw Balor over the top. Whipped over there, and will just gloat whilst he waits for Balor to return. Elias up the top now, telling Balor to get up. Elias wants to strike. This is foreign territory for him, and you can definitely see why. He's missed his mark. Finn Balor able to avoid. It looked like Elias was just looking to strike with an elbow or a forearm. The fist was flying. He couldn't find any of it. And will that be a costly error here, because Balor's got a hold of Elias, a chance for him perhaps to get himself back in the ring and maybe turn things around. There's now Elias bouncing off the announce table head first. Balor gonna drive Elias to the ring post. Count of 7 now. Balor's got to get Elias back in, or a count out could take place. And Finn, he'll break it up, but Elias quickly with a tag. That was brilliant from Elias. And Rude with a spear. But Balor back to his feet. And Rude now, drop kick. Balor's back up again. Now the clothesline. That time Balor stays down. Wow, rush of blood from Finn Balor. Unable to keep him down, as now Rude looking to put Balor away. Here we go. Glorious DDT. Hooks the leg. Nakamura is there. He'll break it up. Nakamura exits the ring. Rude. Oh! Right hand to Nakamura. See you later. And now Bobby Roode will go downstairs with the boot there. And now Rude gonna line up Finn Balor. Nakamura smacked right in the face with the right hand from Bobby. And Rude, look out! Glorious DDT again! The second one in a matter of moments. Finn Balor is down. He's hurt badly. Rude hooks the leg. And he's got it. Bobby Roode wins for Insurgence. Bobby Roode and Elias, they defeat Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura broke up the first glorious DDT, and just when you thought, okay, a chance for Balor to get back into it, well, Nakamura smacked in the face by Roode, and then Balor hit again with another glorious DDT. Bobby Roode gets it done. Insurgents, well, they've got 3 big clashes tonight. Their first one is a W. Insurgents are forming a formidable tag team that could be a threat for the tag team champions down the line. Backstage here with Samoa Joe. Joe, you must be very happy with what you just saw with your 2 men from Insurgents picking up the victory. It's obviously fantastic to see 2 guys that I've been telling everybody for a long time now that they deserve a chance to really show the world just how great they are. I helped them get this platform here tonight at Summerslam, and look what they did. They won. And later on tonight, Kevin Owens, he's going to beat John Cena fair and square. We're not going to have any member of Insurgents come out at all tonight. Not in my match, not in Kevin Owens' match. We're going to be fair tonight. Fair game. We're going to make sure that at the end of the night, everybody knows that Insurgents won fair and square. Because look at the excuses that all the superstars are making right now. Oh, they interfered in my match. Oh, he hit me, he cost me, blah, 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 blah. That's all we're hearing now from the likes of Balor, Nakamura, Cena, Strowman, and the rest of them. All they do is complain. Well, tonight there will be no reason to complain. The only complaint that they'll have is that they just weren't good enough. They can complain about themselves, but they'll have no right to complain about Insurgence. Tonight, I face Braun Strowman one-on-one. He's a big bad son of a gun. We know that. He's the monster among men, but I'm not afraid of any monsters. I'm not a little child who's scared of the dark. I'm not afraid of you, Braun Strowman. Never have, never will be. Tonight, I will out-wrestle you. I will outwork you. I will out-brawl you, out-fight you. I could even out-muscle you if I have to. I will do whatever it takes to beat you tonight, Braun, because I've worked far too hard to get in this position to where I am for someone like you to be handed an opportunity and take it all away from me. I have been fighting for years, and Braun, you just step up for what? 2 weeks, win 1 or 2 matches, and all of a sudden you're the #1 contender? Well, it shouldn't work that way. It's disgraceful that it works that way, and tonight, when I beat you, I hope I never have to see you again. I hope you go down and down and down to the bottom, right where you belong. And the real deal, the real stars, the real unsung heroes of this company can finally rise up and get what they deserve. Strong words from Samoa Joe, who's obviously fired up and ready to go for tonight's big main event match. Joe and Strowman one-on-one. That will be hard-hitting. It'll be a big fight, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it. That'll be later on tonight, but first, it is another big rivalry coming ahead. The Riott Squad. Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, they will fight tonight as the winner of this match will become the #1 contender for the Women's Championship. If it is the Riott Squad that wins, Ruby Riott will face Alexa Bliss at our next pay-per-view. If Sasha and Becky Lynch's team wins, then those 2 women, will make it a triple threat match. It'll be Alexa, Sasha, and Becky at our next event. A lot on the line here for our women. They all want to be the next contender. We haven't really been able to find out who is the next contender because these groups of women have just been going after one another for months now. And we can finally move on from this battle and give Alexa Bliss an opponent. She's had it pretty easy. She's been able to be a bit of cruise control as of late because Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Ruby Riott, and the rest all fighting one another and not quite interested or haven't been given the time to be interested to try and challenge Alexa Bliss. Sasha's been to the top of the mountain a number of times. She's a tremendous superstar, as is this woman, Becky Lynch. She will join Sasha Banks tonight in her quest to become the women's champion. Well, the good thing about Becky Lynch is tonight she does have that insurance card. She could cash in Money in the Bank anytime, any place. But why not win the women's championship and not have to cash in Money in the Bank? Why not have both? Seems like a dream possibility for someone like Becky Lynch. She could make it a reality. Because if she loses the championship, she's got a chance to get it back straight away. Well, this woman, we finally get a chance to see her in the ring. We've been waiting months. We've been teased and teased and teased. And finally, Ronda Rousey will appear. She will make her in-ring debut, teaming with Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. Well, we spoke with Ronda Rousey before tonight's show, and we asked her why? Why team up with Lynch and Banks? What does this have to do with you? Why do you care? And Ronda said, hey, I'm not about seeing 2 great superstars get beaten down 3-on-2. If I've got a chance to even the numbers, I'm going to do that. It's not about championships for me. It's simply about helping out and doing what's right. Ronda Rousey's been itching to get in the ring. We know that. She's been searching for an opportunity, searching for an opponent, searching for a way to start her career. And well, she certainly found one. The 3rd member of this team. And it's no real reward, no real incentive for Ronda Rousey, other than the fact that she gets a bit of satisfaction out of helping out 2 women in desperate need. Alright, we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. As we get this underway, it'll be Ruby Riott and Sasha Banks. These 2 women have had their battles, and Ruby Riott even scoring a victory over Sasha Banks certainly both women know how to win. Obviously, we mentioned a moment ago, Sasha Banks being women's champion multiple times, right, yet to get to the top. That's why this is so important for her. Only been here on Raw for a short period of time, but her and her Riott squad have made such a massive statement, and they have already caused chaos, caused havoc, and a lot of pain with Sasha and Becky Lynch being their primary targets. Ruby Riott, very impressive. Not quite being able to really accomplish what she was looking to do in NXT, but made the jump up quickly in her career to Raw. And she's brought along two friends with her, and I gotta say, the Riott squad have been fantastic. Liv Morgan only losing 2 matches so far in her Universe Mode career, 82% win record for her. And Sarah Logan, well, how about this? She's never lost. She's 3 from 3. And Ruby Riott, well, not quite as impressive. Her overall record, and the struggles she had in NXT to really break out there, but since coming to Raw, she's been nice. But overall, her career looking at about 57%, so that's not good. That's not bad numbers at all. That's a good starting point for her to really take that next step and advance, and perhaps become women's champion in the future. To put it into context, our current women's champion Alexa Bliss, she only boasts a 53% record, so it's not quite about the percentages, so to say. It's all about putting a streak of matches, a streak of performances together, and Ruby Riott has certainly done that. As Sarah Logan with a cheap shot in the corner, but Sasha, no! Unable to take advantage of, I thought, a little bit of a moment there, but instead Ruby had it all under control and drives the head of Banks into the turnbuckle. Might need to look for a tag straight away. Well, not elimination rules in this match. Our second 6-man tag team match coming up later on, the Shield versus the Club, will be as Alexa Bliss watches on. She's the current women's champion, watching on intently as Sasha Banks goes over the top of the rope. So Alexa Bliss watching on to see who might her next opponent be, or opponents, if, of course, Banks and Lynch win. Well, just to finish that point, our next 6-man tag team match later on in the show, it'll be the Shield versus the Club. That will be under elimination rules. That is a late change. That was a change made by our general manager Edge today. So we'll see elimination rules in that one. But this match here tonight between the Riott squad, Lynch, Banks, and Rousey will be one fall to the finish. So the first member of one of the teams to get a pinfall or submission will come away with the victory, and we'll find ourselves a new #1 contender. Sasha Banks is, well, she's been champion not that long ago. She was involved in a rivalry with Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax, kind of caught up in the middle of all that. And she was able to kind of benefit because of Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax's little tit for tat that they had. There's now a count of 7 here. Dangerous times for both women. They need to get themselves in the ring. Sarah Logan into the ringside apron there a couple times, and now again, count of 8. Sasha Banks is going to try and do something here to get Sarah back in there. Count of 9. This could be it. Banks is going to get back in, and Logan will get in just in time. I think Banks might have been going for the count-out victory there. She continued to try and drive Sarah Logan into the apron. It was working. Logan was stunned, and when Banks slid into the ring, the referee, I think he kind of stopped counting. He allowed a little bit of time for Logan to get back in. Clearly, even the referee doesn't want to see a counter here tonight. He wants to see a fair and square matchup. Tag's been made anyways. Becky Lynch gets her first chance to be involved here. You know Ronda Rousey wants to get some action. We'll see how Becky Lynch fares. Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks have not really gelled all that well together as a tag team over the last month or two. At times, arguing over who can start the match first, arguing over who should get the tag, who should finish the match, just arguing about everything. The two just can't seem to really click. But tonight, they've got to make it work. I think they both understand that. They need to make this work, because if they lose, well, both of them lose out. They don't get an opportunity. Lynch, on the other hand, does have that second chance of the Money in the Bank, but I'm sure she does not want to have to use that if she doesn't have to, as she's trying to get the submission there on Sarah Logan, who undefeated in Universe Mode. Can you believe that from Sarah Logan? But undefeated, and at the moment looking to be in a bit of pain from that submission that Becky just had. And now the kick to the midsection. Logan, drives her down, does Becky Lynch. Sarah Logan, she's in some pain. She might need a tag herself. Needs to get out of there. Gets Liv or Ruby Riott back in there. Well, you got to give full credit to Ruby Riott. She's brought up two women in Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan. Two women that, hadn't even got a start really in NXT. Liv Morgan with a couple appearances in NXT. Sarah Logan couldn't even make the NXT roster. She was, under the brand. She couldn't even get an appearance on TV there. She was struggling. She just couldn't get a start. Just did not impress enough of the backstage officials there. But Ruby Riott kind of plucked her out of thin air, brought her into her squad, and now she's found herself a real strong addition. Sarah Logan, she's got that Viking warrior attitude. That's kind of her way of going about things. She certainly believes that she's tough as nails. Country girl as well. So, they breed them tough out there. And Sarah Logan will be always difficult to deal with at every single match as she hits the Bexploder. There does Becky Lynch. And will we about to see Ronda Rousey? I thought we were about to see a tag, but no, Lynch instead looking to wrap up Sarah Logan and go more about it herself there. Becky now going to line up Sarah. Sarah Logan hurting. And now Becky looking for the disarmer. Got it locked in. But straight away, Logan reaches out, grabbing some of the rope. And Ronda Rousey is in. Well, this is her first opportunity. And straight away, she's going for the win. Why not? Not a bad idea. And Ruby Riott breaks it up. Ronda Rousey, the UFC fighter, the champion in UFC, now looking to make her way, her start here in the WWE, a fresh career, and those strikes, as you can see immediately, impacting Sarah Logan. More strikes there. Sarah Logan stunned. Ronda Rousey gets her against the ropes there, but Logan with the elbow. This will be testing for Ronda. She gets met with the knee. Ronda Rousey can't stop Logan from tagging out, and Liv Morgan will come in. Liv Morgan, I think underneath all the hair dye and the attire that she wears, all the makeup, I think realistically there's just a pretty innocent young woman there, and I think this attitude she's come on with the Riott Squad, is she really all about that way of life? I don't know. Sometimes I second guess it. Because we see Liv Morgan, and you see her away from the ring when she's not wearing all that, this get-up that she's got going on. You see her in that way, and you kind of think to yourself, well, why does she hang around Ruby Riott? Why does she go about this? Loved by little girls at one point, they kind of looked up to her as, a bit of an idol, and unfortunately, she's really gone down this dark path here with the Riott Squad. Is she angry at the world, perhaps going through one of those phases where she's just frustrated at how her career's going and the lack of opportunity and looking for someone for a bit of guidance? And that has been Ruby Riott, as now Ronda Rousey's down. Not the best of starts at all for Ronda Rousey in her in-ring career, with Ruby Riott looking to take advantage, but Rousey takes her down. And Ruby Riott in some danger there, but Rousey unaware of the ropes. Ronda's not really used to having to deal with the rope break and things like that. Normally the referee will call a stoppage because you're making someone tap out or pass out, not because of the ropes. Ronda went for the big haymaker, but Ruby Riott's got her up here, looking for a powerbomb and finds it. Rousey can't really get going here. Could be it. No, a kick out. Less impressive from Ronda Rousey. We were expecting her to come in the ring and kind of blast away the Riott Squad. Hasn't been the case at all. Ruby Riott, very impressive. We know this. There's now Riott going to drive the shoulder in the midsection of Rousey. And the boot. Ruby Riott again now. And again the strike. Riott. Once again another boot in the corner. Right in the face of Rousey, who is in a lot of strife at the moment. She's could be about to be beaten here by Ruby Riott. Her debut match. Could this be it? Oh, what a right hand. Rousey finally finding something. Blocks that one as well. Ronda Rousey, shot to the midsection. Oh no. Could be it. The armbar. Locked in. We saw this on Raw recently. But Logan right there to stop things. And oh, she gets a right hand in the back of her head for her troubles. And oh, Ruby Riott with a tag. Ronda Rousey will now deal with Liv Morgan, as Logan and Ruby Riott head to the outside of the ring to recover. Liv Morgan looking okay though. Getting Ronda off her feet. She might need to tag herself, and she will. Sasha Banks is in. Drop kick. Down goes Morgan. And a clothesline. Another one. This time the drop kick. Sasha Banks looking good. Trying to wear down the arm as well. Thinking about the Banks statement, or maybe even helping out Becky Lynch for the disarmer. Or the armbar from Rousey. And now Sasha into the neck breaker. She's beaten many women with this before. Both legs hooked. And just barely got the shoulder up. Liv Morgan stays in it. Not by much though. Sasha lining up Liv. Liv stunned, hurt. Looking for the backstabber from behind in the Banks statement, but Liv Morgan up to the challenge. And Morgan swept off her feet. Well, not much to tag though if you're Liv Morgan. Sarah Logan's hurt. Ruby Riott just getting back to the corner now herself. So this match continues. This crowd amped up, and they're eagerly anticipating the result here. As Sasha gonna go for that neck breaker again, and why not? Almost did it the first time, this time again, but not going for the cover, and oh, Liv Morgan will get her off her feet because of it. And now Liv, what can she produce? Could she beat Sasha Banks here? Liv Morgan, here we go! The knee into the face of Banks, launches her down, and Becky does break it up. Well, Becky did not want to see this match end right there. She's desperate for a win. As Lynch gets met on the ropes in the corner there by Ruby Riott. Didn't have the best visual of it, but Becky Lynch is down. And now Sasha Banks, drop kick. Ronda Rousey wanted to get a piece of Liv Morgan. And kind of got herself in the ring just to make sure that no one else was going to get in there. Ronda Rousey would love another chance to get in the ring. She had a bit of a tough opening stance. One more chance to get in there and kind of make things right for herself. But we see it. As now Liv, neck breaker from behind. And a tag's been made, and it's Becky Lynch who got it. Lynch got the tag, and drop toe hold. And walks all over the top of her. Bit of arrogance on display there by Liv. I don't know if that's a wise idea against someone like Becky Lynch. You want to make sure that you make every opportunity count. Liv Morgan now looking for these knees again. Almost worked on Sasha. Couldn't work here on Becky Lynch. Hooks the leg. The Riott Squad with a massive upset. No, the kick out. The shoulder is up. And now Morgan wants the leader. Ruby Riott back in this match. Sasha Banks back on the apron, available to tag again. Rousey, I believe, is there too. And now Ruby Riott with a real chance to put this match to bed. An injured and wounded Becky Lynch after the Liv Morgan knees. And Sasha distracting the referee at the moment. Becky Lynch looking to take advantage. And the Tornado DDT. Ruby Riott is down, and Lynch looking perhaps to go for the big jugular. This could be it! Bexploder! And now we'll drag her in the center of the ring. More towards her own corner even further towards her corner. And now hooks that leg. Sasha's in, and a kick out. Rousey's in too. She wanted a piece of someone. At the moment, Becky Lynch almost getting the job done on her own. And now, Ruby Riott down. She's hurting badly. And here it comes. The disarmer locked in. Ruby Riott in the corner. Liv and Logan, they got to watch on. And Ruby Riott's in danger. Can she break free? Can she fight it? Oh, she does. She does fight through. And Becky Lynch, wow, getting in the face of Banks and Rousey and saying, I'm going to do it on my own. Watch me finish this. Interesting there from Becky Lynch. Will she get it done? Ruby Riott is still hurting from the armbar, and she hasn't moved a muscle. Becky Lynch secures the win for her team. It will be Lynch, Rousey, and Banks victorious tonight. Sasha Banks so confident that her armbar was good enough to beat Ruby Riott. She locked it in, and She had Ruby Riott down, hurting. She took some time and just let her teammates know who got the victory for them. She then went for the cover, and Becky Lynch will be the #1 contender with Sasha Banks. It's official. A triple threat match. Banks, Lynch, and Bliss. The Women's Championship on the line. Rousey, I've got to say, not the best performance from her tonight. She looked like she was a little nervous, a little hesitant, but she gets a start. She's made her debut. What will the future be for her here in Universe Mode? In a rematch from Extreme Rules, two big bulls will go at it once again tonight. Two of the biggest and baddest men in the WWE will clash heads once again. They first met at Extreme Rules. We're talking about Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. They were locked inside a cage, and for good reason. Well, on that night, Brock Lesnar defeated Bobby Lashley one-on-one. Lashley would go away. He would train. He would come back bigger, faster, stronger, in his opinion, getting ready to go battle with the Beast again. The match that Lashley has always wanted. The first time around, was he ready for it? Did he really know what to expect from Lesnar? Was he truly ever ready for Lesnar? I don't know. But Lesnar beat him comfortably. And now, tonight, Lashley searching for some redemption. Here comes Bobby Lashley. The real deal. The Dominator. A man with only one blemish on his record here in Universe Mode, and that is Brock Lesnar, the only man he's lost to. And you can tell that eats up Lashley inside. Lashley has come back. Yes, he would love to be champion at some point. Yes, he would love to be on, the main event of pay-per-views, WrestleMania. He'd love to do all those things, but one of the big reasons why he came back to the WWE is to go one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. The two, their career paths have been relatively similar. Coming to the WWE, having a stint there, going away and fighting in MMA, Lesnar in UFC, Lashley in Bellator, both having success on different stages. And because Lesnar probably had the biggest stage of the two, many believe that Lashley was not in Lesnar's league. And that has infuriated Lashley for years. And he wanted to come back and fight Lesnar, and I think he probably is coming back at not a bad time. Lesnar had a loss at WrestleMania against Braun Strowman. He then started going a bit of a warpath, a bit of a mission to redeem himself. Lashley then got in the way of that. He beat Lashley, and ever since then, he has been putting anybody down in his way. Lesnar has been excellent, but obviously Lashley believes he can hang with the Beast, and we're about to find out. Two big bad son of a guns. As you can see, the power of Lashley. Not many men can do that to Lesnar. As now Lashley gets struck from behind from Lesnar. Now the elbow from Bobby. Both guys just want to size each other up at the moment. And Lashley, nicely executed neckbreaker there, and looking to pick up Lesnar. Gut wrench, and will suplex him down. Impressive strength from Bobby Lashley. We know he's very strong, and we know Lesnar's very strong too. It won't be about, I don't think it will be about strength at all. It's just going to be about who can last each other's strikes, who can survive the longest, really. Now Lesnar winding up Lashley. Oh, he missed his opportunity there. You could tell he wanted to do something. But did he want Lashley just to get back in the ring so he could do that? Bobby Lashley has looked very impressive in his short stint here so far on SmackDown. But you can tell the focus has always been on Lesnar. These two men have just been fighting. They've come up against each other after matchups. They've looked to size each other up and come after one another, including one match where Lashley picked up the win. Lesnar got in the ring and they went nose to nose, face to face, and Lashley kind of shrugged away, pushed Lesnar away. So it goes to show that Lashley's not scared of Lesnar, not afraid of Lesnar. I think a lot of guys are beaten by Lesnar before they even step in the ring. Just out-psyched there by Lesnar, just the thought and the power and the mystique behind Brock Lesnar can quite often beat you before you even get a chance to be beaten by Lesnar. Lashley, perhaps a victim of that a little bit at Extreme Rules. Lesnar kind of got in there and really dominated, I've got to say, in that steel cage match. Lashley decided that perhaps the steel cage wasn't suited to his game plan. Perhaps he didn't plan for that enough to try and incorporate that enough into the matchup and got found out because of it. Instead, Lashley has to focus now on the regular standard one-on-one competition. That's been his goal. SummerSlam's been his goal. And at the moment, we're in a bit of a standstill. Lesnar, the chin lock right now on Bobby Lashley. Who's going to make the next big move in this matchup? Who's going to really get things happening here? Who's going to make the first big strike? That's what we're looking for. Lashley back up with the elbows in the midsection of Brock. Bobby Lashley again picks up Lesnar and slamming him down. But Lashley, you can see already a bit of wear and tear on the body. It takes a lot out of you to really attack Lesnar like that. It's now Lesnar. Oh, just picks up Lashley so quickly. Slams him down. That's one thing you really don't expect when you come against Brock Lesnar is the speed that he has. The power game, yes, you have to expect it. But the speed, with a guy of his size, you can never really plan for that. But he's so quick. He will strike you very hard and fast at the same time. He will beat you down. He'll be punching your face like right now before you even know it. Brock Lesnar, he's a serious threat to anybody he comes up against. Being world champion here in Universe Mode 3 times as he gets struck there with a right hand. And Lesnar getting attacked again. Lashley getting him back up. And oh, a thump to the eye there. And oh, what a clothesline by Lesnar. Impressive from Brock Lesnar. But Lashley hanging in. Lesnar in one of our best we've ever seen in Universe Mode. You know, we always talk and mention about a Universe Mode Hall of Fame, if you will. I've got to say Lesnar would have to be one of those guys. Was perhaps really the first WWE champion to really dominate in the early stages of the series back in Season 1. And he's just continued to do it ever since. Right now, Lashley looking to fire! There it is! The big strike! The spear of Lesnar! And he's nearly got him the win, but just gets the 2 as Lesnar gets that shoulder up. Well, we've been waiting for that first major strike, and we found it. Lashley with the spear. And Lashley continues now. He'll slow it down a little bit himself. Just trying to maintain control, and you got to respect that. When you match like this, certainly coming up against Brock Lesnar, if you have control and you slip it away, you don't hang on to it, it's going to cost you big time. It's going to cost you the match, and oh, driven down again. Well, 1-0 in this series between the two so far. If Lashley wins, he'll make it 1-1. The question will be, will we see a third? I don't know. GM Edge is hoping that these two will beat each other up tonight and just get it out of their system. He's not looking really forward to these guys just causing havoc backstage, in the ring, beating others up to try and get to each other. He just wanted both of them just to get in the ring and get it over and done with. That's his goal. If Lashley wins, well, maybe a third match will come because both guys might want it. I don't know. As now Lashley bounces him off the turnbuckle. And Lesnar into the ropes. Lashley can't connect. Paul Heyman ringside, for a while there. Lesnar went on his own, didn't have Heyman there. He tossed Heyman away back in Season 2 of Universe Mode, and Heyman was kind of letting him down. Lesnar felt as though he'd be better on his own, and to be fair to Heyman, I don't think Lesnar ever won a world championship without Paul Heyman. Well, for a long time anyways. He had a bit of a couple-year drought where he really struggled, took a lot of losses in that time period. Paul Heyman rejoined him, and oh, hang on, Lashley! Oh my goodness, the Dominator! And Heyman desperately trying to get the attention of the referee, but Lesnar will kick out of the Dominator. Well, he picked him up, just a deadlift, then spun him around, up on the shoulder. and hit the Dominator. Impressive. I'm talking about Paul Heyman. There is his influence there, trying his best to get the distraction happen and help out his client. And it really has, in my opinion, been Paul Heyman's guidance that's really kickstarted Lesnar again. He, as we said, had that little down period, but Lesnar has really started to rise up and so threatening. And Brock Lesnar, we know whenever he's got that championship, he is one of the hardest men to beat. And I think sometimes motivation is one of the key issues for Brock, but tonight, clearly heavily motivated to prove a point against Lashley. Lesnar up high again. Lashley's caught him out a few times with that exact same move. Problem for Lashley, though, he might need to try something else. It's a close contest. This crowd's involved as well. And at the moment, Lesnar and Lashley just slugging away. But Lashley's got him up. Looking now to hit that snap suplex. That's more like it from Bobby Lashley. And one of the key things I've noticed so far in this match is that Lesnar, a lack of suplexes on his own behalf. Normally we see him throw those German suplexes around like it's nothing. But so far, I don't think we've seen any yet. Really, Lesnar not able to execute his game plan as now an SDO. Lashley stopping Lesnar right in his tracks. Lesnar to the outside. Lashley will throw the right hand, going for another one. Now another right. This time it's Lesnar firing back with some. Here comes more. Lashley with one of his own now. The count's getting higher. These two men just going to throw bombs outside the ring. And Lashley off the ground and suplex down by Brock. More rights from Brock Lesnar. Count of 6. Lesnar, I don't think he cares about the count out. He just wants to win. But Lashley able to get off the back of Lesnar. The referee's telling you, got to get back in the ring, guys. I will count you out. Lesnar's back in. Lashley breaks the count. And now, Spinebuster. Lashley letting him go mid-air, though. Perhaps could have got a little bit more out of that maneuver. And now Lashley again, got him up high. Continues to catch him out there. Been a real go-to move so far in this match for Bobby Lashley. And now the chin lock again. Heyman has to be nervous here. Lesnar is struggling. We haven't seen the best from him yet. No real sign at all from suplexes or even the F5. Lesnar not really getting anywhere near that. Lashley shutting down Lesnar's best moves, and if that's his game plan, well, he's executed that perfectly because it's a tremendous strategy. We know Lesnar has one of the most devastating moves in the entire WWE. If it hits you with the F5, it truly is like a storm hitting you. And your body just can't find a way to get up from it. Lashley has avoided it at all costs so far. Hooks the leg now. Lashley trying to beat Brock. Not going to be it. Lashley slow to his feet here. Two of the best on SmackDown. Desperately looking for a win against one another. You get the feeling that one will move ahead. Perhaps the winner of this one will get themselves in the title hunt. We know that Roman Reigns doesn't have a challenger for the WWE Championship right now. AJ Styles, he's looking for a challenger too for the US title. Could be a spot opening up for one of these two. Right now, Lesnar looking for the F5. This is the move we've been looking for. Lashley with some elbows. And Bobby Lashley getting him up on the shoulders. Lashley, drives the shoulder right into the ribcage of Lesnar, who is down. The F5 unsuccessful. Now Lashley looking for another spear, and he'll get it! Lashley breaking Lesnar in half. And that is the victory. The biggest in Lashley's career here in Universe Mode. Bobby Lashley, a spear that may have turned Lesnar inside out. Bobby Lashley defeats the Beast. And I gotta say, has put himself on the map. Lashley said he came to do it. He even took time off to train and get ready for this match. He has come back and he has succeeded in his quest to slay the Beast. Lesnar F5. He only got one attempt. Suplexes, where were they? Couldn't find any of them. Lashley shut him down, and Lesnar paid the price. What a win by Bobby Lashley. As these two men, are we going to see them show a bit of respect for one another? Lesnar wants the handshake. Lashley, oh no! Oh no! Brock Lesnar with the low blow. Why? Lashley beat you fair and square, and Brock just can't handle the fact that he lost. The Raw Tag Team Championships on the line, and it's the man that's a little bit out there. Matt Hardy teams up with his brother Jeff, and they'll face the Revival here in our next contest. This should be an interesting one. The Hardy Boys as a team, well, their record is impeccable. It's really only the Revival that's ever really got the better of them here in Universe Mode. And tonight, we'll see how they fare once again. The Hardy Boys, 11 wins as a tag team, 1 loss. Can you guess that 1 loss? It was the Revival at Money in the Bank. The tag titles were on the line on that night, and we had new tag team champions. Impressive stuff from the Revival, but the Hardy Boys have been so great, not just this season, last season here in Universe Mode, but for a long period of time in their career. They have just been the standout tag team. Well, question marks about them, and perhaps a few little questions as to why they're coming out separately as well. Normally we always see them coming out together as a united front. Well, a little bit different here tonight is Jeff Hardy with the face paint on. Or maybe we're reading a little bit too much into it. Perhaps it's just the Hardy Boys trying something a little bit different, maybe to throw the Revival off. Well, the reason why we talked about the Hardy Boys potentially maybe being their last match together as a team if they lose tonight. Look, you know, I believe the Hardy Boys have just been so great for a long period of time. As we said, they've had a lot of success here in Universe Mode. Obviously, singles-wise, we haven't really got a chance to see them as a singles. We know they're great, but is there any desire to try out as a singles? If they lose tonight, will they look to go their separate ways? We thought maybe the entrances being different might be a sign of that, or maybe it's just playing up to that and letting the Revival buy into that notion. The Revival is certainly hoping that they are looking to go their separate ways. They would love to see the Hardy Boys behind them and focus on a different team. It's a great opportunity, though, for the Revival to really prove to everybody that their win was not a fluke, that they are the real deal. They're an old-school throwback team, and they need that old-school mentality to beat, yet again, an old-school tag team, the Hardys. Matt and Jeff, fantastic stars, and the Revival would love to really beat them again and prove that they are better than the Hardys, because if you get a win like that under your belt, that could really elevate your career and really catapult you for the rest of your career. You could really lean on that for a long time, and I think the Revival would love to do that. They're not going to rest tonight. They need to do it again. Was it a fluke, or will we see them get it done once again? The Hardys versus the Revival. Former Raw Tag Team Champions and the Hardy Boys against the current Tag Team Champions in the Revival. Matt Hardy starting things off here with Dash Wilder. And Jeff Hardy watches on as well as Scott Dawson. So a bit of a different approach, as I said, to the Hardy Boys tonight, trying something a little bit different. You know, you can read into it if you want, but I suppose it's good to see them maybe just trying to play that mind game with the Revival. Clearly, it didn't work at Money in the Bank, whatever they were doing, that same old type of mentality. So something a bit different. Maybe it might just be enough to kind of unsettle the Revival a little bit and create a couple of mistakes. Something so easy as a bit of face paint can always just make your opponent a little bit nervous. You know, is there a darker side of Jeff Hardy trying to emerge? And Matt Hardy coming out on his own, really playing up on the woken nature of himself. You know, something that we haven't really seen a lot of from the Hardys. Is this really something different that they're trying to do to upset the Revival? Well, definitely wait and see. At the moment, not unsettled at all. Just Dash Wilder's had a tremendous start, dragging Matt Hardy straight into the corner, and Scott Dawson will come in. Dawson now trying to work on Matt Hardy, who finds the headbutt. They collide heads, and at the moment, Dawson going to be dragged towards perhaps the corner of the Hardys. No, he's trying to fight through it. Well, I mean, there are some great teams here on the Raw brand that certainly the Revival will have to look ahead to if they can defeat the Hardys. We did see Insurgence a little bit earlier on. Also, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, they didn't get the job done tonight. Are they going to try again in the future, or probably go their separate ways? You get the feeling that they're probably just going to maybe go their own way, but that's always an option for the two. Of course, American Alpha, they're trying their luck again as a tag team, seeing how they fare. A little bit up and down at the moment for them. Sanity, yet to see the best from them, but we know that they're a tough team to beat. And one team that I'm really intrigued about, and I would love to see them against the Revival, would be Strong Knockout. Roderick Strong, Cassius Ohno. They're currently sitting at 4 wins, 4 losses, but if they can get a few wins together and get a bit of a roll on, I really believe they could challenge and perhaps beat the Revival, or the Hardy Boys for that matter, any tag team. Two guys are great individuals, lots of experience themselves. And speaking of experience, of course, the Usos still in this tag division, still a star-studded team they are. They actually have the most wins in the current Raw tag team division, the most experienced team here in Universe Mode by far. So much to look forward to if we get a chance to see them in action. Certainly in high-profile matches, they are very, very tough to beat. It's Jeff Hardy trying to get something happening here for his team, but Dawson again shrugging him off, doing very, very well, and now a knee to the head. Jeff Hardy loved a chance here tonight just to, obviously win this tag team match, but look, he's got a real opportunity not only tonight to prove that he could be a great tag team competitor, but just a great competitor in general. We know how great Jeff Hardy is, but we've never really seen him challenge for singles gold here in Universe Mode. I would love to see him maybe challenge, for the Intercontinental Championship against John Cena or Kevin Owens, or Braun Strowman or Samoa Joe for that Universal Championship. Some fantastic opportunities could come Jeff Hardy's way in the future. But clearly, the tag division has got to be their focus, and that's going to be the real issue for the Hardys. Is their head in the game? Are we really buying into this, or is it for real? Because the Hardy Boys, they haven't really commented about it. They've always been saying, hey, we're focused, we're looking to win the tag titles, we're looking ahead to SummerSlam, we'll reevaluate from there. They haven't shut down the rumors, though. That's why I'm a little concerned. If you're a Hardy Boy fan, this might be the last time we see them team up. As now Matt Hardy enters the ring. And Dash Wild, it misses out. Scott Dawson watching on closely. Jeff Hardy now gets a good look, as it's going to be all Matt Hardy at the moment. Dash Wilder getting met there with a running bulldog. Looking good as well. And now Matt Hardy into the corner. Gets the boot to his face. Turns him around, Matt. Well, we talked about Jeff Hardy and his potential success as another running bulldog from Matt Hardy. I want to say Matt's looking still fantastic himself. I know he's had a few health concerns, a few injury concerns, a few nagging little injuries that are maybe slowing him down a little bit. No doubt about it. This woken Matt Hardy, he's a bit out there, a little bit crazy, but never doubt it. This guy could do anything he wanted. He's got that ability. On his day, he can hang with anyone, and that's a real key asset for Matt Hardy, to know that if I get things right, if I do what I need to do in that ring, I can beat anybody. He went for the cheap shot, Scott, and it's going to cost him. Jeff Hardy got the boot up, and now the tag has been made as well. So Jeff gets himself in, and Dawson, though, with the drop kick, and now he's going to continue working on Matt. And now the backbreaker. Matt Hardy will get out of there. Jeff Hardy, I believe, yes, he is the legal man. Wasn't sure for a moment there, but he definitely is. Dash Wilder back now for a tag. Jeff's got no one to tag for a while, and he's going to find nothing but the turnbuckle padding there. And Dawson will drive Jeff into the corner. Dash Wilder's there. All alone now is Jeff Hardy. Jeff wrapped up here, and Dawson going to work away. And here's the cover now. And not going to be it, as Dash Wilder couldn't get the job done just yet. Jeff Hardy is down. Matt Hardy is down. This is a problem area here for the Hardy Boys. This is where that singles instincts will kick in, the advantage that you've got, because you don't have anyone to tag in a singles match. This is where you've got to really dig deep and try and find something to overcome a tough situation. Can Jeff Hardy find that? Matt, though, going to get back up. And A shot to the midsection. Oh, twist of fate. The shoulder right into Dash Wilder. Now heading up to the top of the Swanton Bomb. And he is taken off the top by Scott Dawson. Well, I don't like it, but you have to accept it. Dawson able to find a way to stop Jeff Hardy from hitting the Swanton. Matt's desperate for the tag. No one really moving. Now Wilder's back up. Well, if he hits the Swanton, we've got new tag team champions, and Scott Dawson knew it. He knew if he didn't save his part, it was all over. He wants it again, but Dawson's there again! Oh, but he does kind of land down on Dash. The legs did land on Dash. Maybe that will still affect him enough to perhaps get to the corner and tag in Matt. Matt really wants in. He is calling for it, but Jeff's not moving. Starting to struggle now. Looking to crawl, but it's not happening. Dash Wilder is going to bring him to the corner. And Jeff Hardy's there. Gets the boot up, though. Jeff, can he build something? Oh, went for a running crossbody. Dash Wilder avoided it. And now it takes him off of his own feet. Jeff Hardy, what can he produce? He needs a tag, in my opinion. He's got to try and get out of this situation. Dash Wilder has him on the apron and will suplex him down. Back inside the ring. Jeff looking for the tag. He'll get it. Matt Hardy's in. Here comes Matt. Hits him down with a clothesline. And another one. Matt Hardy firing himself up here. The drop kick to follow it up. And now Matt Hardy with a chance to turn things around. Side effect from Matt. Matt Hardy to win the tag team titles back for the team. And I can't quite get there. Scott Dawson, what a pest. He has been annoying all night. Is he about to interrupt again? Matt Hardy up top. You better jump, Matt. Oh, no. He did land out on Dash, but Dash seems to be okay. Dawson, what a pain he has been. Every time they've gone to that corner, they've paid the price. You get the feeling you might want to change plans, Hardy boys. It's not working out. Good defense, you got to say, from the Revival, knowing that this is a tough situation. If he gets off the top of the rope there, hits something big, certainly with Jeff Hardy with a Swanton Bomb, we could have had ourselves new tag champs. Dawson, the ring awareness to make sure that that did not happen. And now Dash over the top. Jeff Hardy will be available to tag again now as Matt's looking to suplex him back inside the ring and does. I don't know if he'll tag Jeff though. Jeff was a little hurt before he was tagged out. As now Matt Hardy, here we go. Twist of, no. As now Dash trying to fend his way off here. And does so successfully, does he? Can he get the tag? Yes. Revival with the tag. Oh no. Here we go! Oh, the Shatter Machine! And Dash Wilder right there to stop Jeff from getting in. And the cover. Revival retain. Dash Wilder right in the corner, shutting things down. And now the Revival can say that it was not a fluke. It was a legitimate victory. The Revival win and retain the Raw Tag Team Championships. The Hardy Boys take their second loss. Now the questions will begin again. The Hardy Boys, is their future in the tag team division? Or will they go their separate ways? I've got to say the Hardys, they just weren't clicking tonight. They're just getting stuck in the ring, isolated for far too long. Not their usual in and out, fast paced, quick tag team style. The Revival, they were just too good. Every time the Hardys were about to make a big move to maybe turn things around, they found a way to shut it down, whether it be Scott Dawson tossing him off the top of the Rival, Dash able to find a big counter at the big time. Well, forget about the Hardys for now. It's about the Revival. They are still tag team champions. They are on top of this division. The question is, which team will be coming next? Who's going to face the Revival next? The Women's Championship is on the line. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Charlotte Flair will get her chance to win back the Women's Championship. Well, SummerSlam, are you going to say, for Charlotte hasn't been all that pretty for her. She actually lost a Women's Championship to begin with at SummerSlam. After having it for a long period of time, 6+ months, Charlotte lost it to Becky Lynch at this event about a year or so ago, and now Charlotte will have to try and make SummerSlam a little bit more friendly for herself here tonight. She challenges Asuka. These two women met back at Extreme Rules 1-on-1. It was a tournament to crown the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. And on that night, I think we were a little bit stunned that Asuka was able to beat Charlotte. I think Charlotte herself expected just to walk into that tournament and comfortably beat Asuka. No worries. But Asuka, coming up from NXT at the time, came in and surprised us a little bit and picked up the victory. Since then, she's been able to hang on to that championship, knocking off all comers, and she's been a tremendous champion. This will be her biggest test, though. Once again facing Charlotte, once again having to put that title on the line, on the big stage. And now Asuka will need to prove herself. Charlotte believes that she is the best women's champion in Universe Mode history. Hard to argue it, but Charlotte needs to get it done here tonight. Charlotte and Asuka, 1-on-1. The rematch from Extreme Rules. Charlotte believes that she's learned from her mistakes. She's kind of gone away a little bit, did a bit of soul searching, wondered what went wrong. And now she believes she's corrected her mistakes and she's ready to come back and challenge once again. Well, if Charlotte believes that, she kind of underestimated Asuka, if she's really giving everything she's got here tonight, she's completely focused, which I believe she is, tonight should be a very, very close contest. I'm not saying Charlotte will win. I'm not saying that even at her best, Charlotte is better than Asuka. That's hard to dispute that. But it is very, very close between the two. They are both fantastic competitors. And if they are both at their best here tonight, all I know is this match is going to be a lot of fun. Charlotte, she is focused. You can see that. She wants that title back. A year-long drought for Charlotte in between championship reigns. And you know that this opportunity on SmackDown, she was really hoping she was going to be able to use it to win that championship back. And this could be her night. Last time at SummerSlam, it was a night to forget for Charlotte. Tonight could be a night to remember. The Women's Championship match underway. Charlotte and Asuka, 1-on-1. We saw some women's action earlier on. Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Ronda Rousey taking on the Riott Squad. Well, this will be another big matchup here tonight for the women. And a big, interesting opportunity for both women to really prove themselves and figure out who is the best woman right now on SmackDown. Both women believe they are both that role. Well, who will truly be the one to have the title to prove it? Good start here for Charlotte. She's got Asuka down to begin with, as now she's going to shrug her off, does Asuka. Well, both women a pretty impressive record coming in. And we talk about who is the best. It's really hard to kind of dispute it. But for SmackDown at the moment, I suppose we can take a look at some of the numbers. Charlotte Flair's 67% win ratio, Asuka 63. Not a lot in it between the two. That kind of dictates to me that both women certainly have their moments where they are near unbeatable, and have their moments where, they can take the occasional loss and maybe a little bit down on confidence. I think certainly Charlotte, confidence is something she does not lack, but sometimes I think she can be a little bit overconfident and really doubt and underestimate her opponents. I believe that's what's happened at Extreme Rules. And Asuka, well, I think she might lack some confidence sometimes. I think we all know how great she is and how devastating she is, but for a while there in NXT, she had some losses and things just wasn't happening for her. She was just in a bit of a slump. Now, a fresh start on SmackDown. She's broken out of that slump, and things are really starting to happen for her on the brand. Great champion she is. She's really working hard as a champion the last number of months to remain at the top, with a lot of good challenges coming through. Ember Moon, Nia Jax, to name a couple. Bayley we saw as well, impressive on SmackDown in the last episode. So we know that there's a lot of competition, and you've got to be at your best. You've got to remain at your best if you want to stay at the top. And now, gonna drag her off her feet, does Charlotte, try to work away on the legs here, perhaps thinking about the figure 4 into the figure 8 later on. Definitely working on that left leg of Asuka. It's a clear target. I mean, it's even got red on the leg, so it's a pretty easy target. She's really honing in on that leg. The knee specifically, wanting to make sure that she can set up for the submission. Again with another elbow. targeting the knee. And, oh, again, Asuka, she might not be able to walk soon. Charlotte repeatedly, over and over and over, targeting the knee. Asuka's going to be in major strife early on. But what it will do is it'll just slow Asuka down. She'll be in constant pain. And not only that, just the thought, oh, do I try for this high-risk move? Is my knee up to it? Just at the back of your mind, the knee. If you're feeling that pain, it's always going to be impacting you. As she, oh, this is a mistake though, did not hook that leg that was injured, that left leg. She should have hooked it then. Put more pressure on it. And again, that's when the small little mistakes can creep into Charlotte Flair's game. You've got to be perfect against Asuka. You cannot afford to make those lazy mistakes. And that's all I feel it is from Charlotte. Sometimes she can get a little bit too lazy. No doubt a fantastic athlete. No doubt she is one of the best in the women's division. Not just currently, but of all time here in Universe Mode. We've never really seen someone much better than Charlotte. You could argue a few names, but there's not a lot many. It'd be a small list, that's for sure. Impressive reign as women's champion. But it's, as I said, it's been a year-long drought. She's just been overlooked from other superstars, other women really making their own path, making their own name, and Charlotte's just been out of the mix. She took a bit of time off herself while she was kind of out of the mix for a little bit to train and continue to work hard at her game, knowing that if she bites her time, she's going to get back in that mix. And here she is right now, a chance to win back the Women's Championship. This time to become the first SmackDown Women's Champion, first time SmackDown Women's Champion in her career. As now Asuka looking for the hip attack, finds it. Not as much momentum behind it though. Normally gets a full head of steam, but she might be looking for the Asuka lock here. Charlotte in trouble from behind. Got it locked in. Middle of the ring. Asuka lock. Charlotte, nowhere to go. Asuka, that knee though wrapped around there. Will that impact her? Can she get the pressure that she normally would apply, wrapping those legs around the body, despite the fact her knee clearly will be bothering her? Doesn't matter. Charlotte's able to break through it anyways. But Asuka looking to get back into things. Nonetheless, even if it doesn't pick up the win there, what it does do is just let Charlotte know that she can get it. She's gotten there once, she can do it again. Nice high kick there by Asuka as Charlotte is down, and Asuka trying to fire herself up here. She's a little bit banged up at the moment. She's really trying her best. Now looking for that cross arm breaker. Asuka looking for more variations here, testing Charlotte, making sure that she, continues to try different things. Obviously, Charlotte would have, definitely prepared for that Asuka lock, but did she prepare for that arm breaker? Well, the other submission she might have up her sleeve. That's what Asuka's got to try and prepare for. Got to make sure that she's got more than one big move. If you're predictable, no matter how good it is, some superstars are able to fight through that. Certainly with submissions, you can fight through the pain for as long as you can if you believe you do know an escape. There's now the clothesline from Charlotte. She's trying to get herself back into it. Ducks underneath, and here she comes. A clothesline that whacked Asuka right in the torso, and this time the spear in the rib cage. That could be it. Hooks the bad leg, the spear only getting two. Close match. Charlotte with that spear. You got the feeling that she might have been able to get it done as Asuka's back to her feet. Charlotte, she's taunting the crowd. Didn't cost her though. Asuka missed her opportunity. Charlotte misses her own though. And Charlotte's going to wrap up Asuka and hits the neck breaker. We are at a standstill at the moment. Both women probably hurting a little bit. Both trying to figure out what's next. Charlotte getting a little bit cocky as well. She's taunting Asuka a little bit, trying to get this crowd fired up here and maybe trying to rally behind Asuka. Charlotte loves it when the crowd are against her. It's something she just thrives on. She loves the boo, she says. She doesn't care at all what people think of her. If anything, she loves it when they don't like her. It gives her even more motivation to prove them wrong. As now the shoulders are up again, the kick not enough to put Charlotte away. And Asuka will definitely be wondering, what do I got to do? Asuka lock didn't work. The kick's not working. Do I go up the top? This is what we were talking about earlier on with that knee. Will she risk it? Looks like she will. Will it pay off? That's the other question. She's going to fly, and it doesn't pay off. Charlotte avoids it. Asuka has to go to the outside of the ring to try and recover here. Not good signs if you're an Asuka fan. She's just a little bit slower than normal with that knee. Well, why wouldn't she be? Charlotte just honed in on it early on, and now gets the body and drives it on top of the ringside barricade. More troubles here for Asuka. Asuka gonna get Charlotte towards the ring post area. Count of 6 now from the referee. Count out will do it for Asuka. Won't do it for Charlotte. Okay, count of 7 now. Back inside the ring. And now, right hand. More rights now. Rights and lefts. Asuka getting on the strikes. The deadly combination of strikes, but Charlotte shuts it down. That's when she really needed to strike a few more times. And now, she's going to try and take those strikes out of this match. Getting right in her face, talking a bit of trash, letting her know that she's got the better of her. Now trying to put it away. Can she find it? Looking for natural selection. And she will find natural selection. Asuka is hurt. The knee is bad. The arm's bad. Can she find a way to kick out? Hooks the bad leg. And she's done it. Charlotte Flair, comprehensive victory. She had a game plan, executed it to perfection, did not even need the submission in the end. The natural selection was good enough to beat Asuka, and Charlotte Flair is the new Women's Champion. The SmackDown Women's Champion is Charlotte, the second time we've had a SmackDown Women's Champion, obviously Asuka being the first, Charlotte now the second. Her second title reign as a champion here in Universe Mode as well on the main roster. Impressive from Charlotte. A tremendous, tremendous performance. Well, it doesn't get much better than that from Charlotte. Great game plan. She executed it well, and I really believe if she found the figure 8, it was going to be over anyways. I think she probably knew that was coming. But natural selection in the end was too much for Asuka anyways. And Charlotte has done it. Well, she's been working hard to get back to this moment. The crowd's booing her. They're not a big fan of Charlotte, and I can understand that. But for Charlotte Flair, it's been a year in the making for her. SummerSlam was the worst time of her career last year, and now it might be considered to be the best time. Well done, Charlotte. She picks up the win. We're backstage with John Cena, who's getting ready for his match with Kevin Owens up next. Cena, tonight, you defend the Intercontinental Championship, a title that took you so long to finally win. Are you worried about any Insurgence interference that could take place in your match? I think it would be naive of me to think that any Insurgence interference could not happen. I think you always have to prepare for the worst. I heard Samoa Joe earlier on today, and he said there was not going to be any interference. Insurgents were going to stay out of their matches tonight. I hope if things are going wrong for Kevin Owens that they can stick to their word, and I gotta trust that they will. If Samoa Joe says it's going to happen, it'd be wrong of me to actually believe that that's going to happen, but I would like to believe it. I would like to think that Insurgence has some respect and has some decency not to straight up lie to everybody. So I am worried about Insurgence tonight, but for the most part, I'm just worried about Kevin Owens, a man that I know is as good as anybody here in this company. This guy has been world champion a number of times. Yeah, he's had a bit of a downward run, but who hasn't? It wasn't that long ago that I was in his shoes. I spent years losing. I'd get to the top. I'd finally earn myself a contendership match. Then I would lose the big one. I would lose on pay-per-view. The title match would go begging. And I was frustrated at myself. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I was the man. I thought I could beat anybody on any given night. But I had to take a step back and look at myself and realize that I can't rest on what I did 5-10 years ago. I need to be better. I need to work harder, and I need to make sure that I'm at my best every single night right now. And Kevin Owens, I believe he is starting to get back to his best. He's had a new lease on his career. He's had a new way of thinking. And I think tonight we may see the best of Kevin Owens, the best of Kevin Owens that we have not seen since he was world champion. I think Kevin Owens is going to be more dangerous than ever tonight, and I'm certainly not going to take him lightly, and I certainly am not going to let Insurgents get in my way of trying to keep this championship tonight, because I have worked so hard to get to this spot, It has taken me a long time to get here, and I do not want to give this spot up. Not for Kevin Owens, not for nobody. I need this win tonight. You gotta hand it to John Cena. He spent years struggling, and he still had the courage to get back up and keep on fighting, and he finally got the reward he was looking for when he won the Intercontinental Championship a few months ago. Well, they are in similar situations. Kevin Owens, he came in red hot, won the World Championship very, very quickly, beat everybody there is to beat. Some of the biggest names we've ever seen here in the WWE, he knocked them off. The likes of Lesnar, Orton, Taker, Daniel Bryan, John Cena, Triple H. My goodness, he had an incredible run. The fact remains is that ever since that run, Kevin Owens has struggled. He came back, he won the World Championship again, and then went on to beat Lesnar at WrestleMania to get that title. He had a tremendous reign until Goldberg stopped him right in his tracks. And ever since Goldberg beat him, it's just never quite been the same. Well, John Cena, he started off here on Universe Mode as the WWE Champion himself way back in Season 1. And he's had it 3 times, the world title, but not since Season 2. Cena went 3 seasons just about without winning a championship at all. No title at all until he won that championship in his hands. He knows about the struggle. He knows about the ups and downs. Kevin Owens, he's been through a down patch. He's searching for an up. Will Cena tonight be the victim of Kevin Owens? And will we see Kevin Owens get back to the very best? The Kevin Owens that propelled him to 2 Universal Championship reigns. The Kevin Owens that made him the most dangerous and feared competitor on the roster. The toughest man to beat. The prize fighter. We need to see him at that level because John Cena has lifted a gear. Cena, you could say that he's almost been a part-timer as of late. He's been doing a lot of Hollywood commitments, been in and out a little bit. But I think kind of getting away from the ring, doing some other things, not being completely focused on the WWE has almost helped him in a way. It's allowed him to take a bit of a step back and reevaluate what he really wants to accomplish here in the WWE. And he knew that he wanted to be a champion one more time, or just wanted to get back to the top and just feel as though he can be at the top of the mountain here on Raw. There's a lot of tough competitors, there's a lot of tough challenges here, and it's so difficult to get to the top. But once you're there, it's even harder to stay there. Kevin Owens proved that he can get to the top, and he proved that he can stay there. Well, there it is, the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Some of the best have held it throughout the years here in Universe Mode. This title has changed hands before at SummerSlam as well. And will we see it again tonight? Kevin Owens with a strong start on John Cena. 2 of the best in Universe Mode history fight for that Intercontinental Championship here tonight. Should be a good contest, no doubt about that. Cena and KO, as we said, always deliver on the big stage. Big Match John always goes to a new level. And Kevin Owens, I've never seen anybody be able to take a beating like he has in Universe Mode and get back up and fight again. He can take some of the best moves that someone will have to offer and get up and find a way to come back from it. But one of the issues for KO is that he hasn't been able to do that as of late. The last perhaps year, Kevin Owens has been not able to really replicate that form. Perhaps all the wear and tear of him being champion for as long as he was has caught up to him. We know that he was really battered and bruised after that long championship reign that he had to begin with. Brock Lesnar got the better of him and Kevin Owens was hurt. He came back, won the title, but was he ever really 100%? Kevin Owens continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to stay at the top. Goldberg got the better of him. And KO has struggled ever since. It's been a long time since Goldberg now. It's been over a year. Kevin Owens has got to try and move on, but it just seems as though he's never really been able to. He stepped up, he tried to fight The Undertaker at WrestleMania. He wanted to really make a statement, get a big scalp under his belt, return back to his best. Considering that he's beaten The Undertaker in the past, he thought that he might be able to do it. But The Undertaker was too good at WrestleMania for Kevin Owens, and unfortunately for him, he missed out again as another big gut wrench there by John Cena. Nicely executed there as he's doing very, very well here, Cena. Just to try and fend off KO, who tried a big offensive flurry early on, really trying to get on top of Cena, and now Cena gets in the face of KO. Don't know about that one, John. Now the package to the bomb. That's a mistake from Cena. You cannot deny that. That's a crucial mistake. He should not be making those errors. It's a John Cena perhaps getting the emotion in the way there. Well, Samoa Joe promised no Insurgence interference in any match tonight. Well, we saw Rude and Elias. They had a fair and square victory over Finn Balor and Nakamura. No Joe or KO involvement. Elias and Rude are still backstage now. They're always a chance to come out. And if KO is in danger of losing, I wonder if they will go in that direction. And Samoa Joe, well, that's the big one. That's when the prize is on the line. No Insurgence interference. Let's hope that he sticks to his word. And look, Samoa Joe, it's just not a guy you trust. He's not the type of guy who's going to hand in a wallet that was found on the ground. You know, someone lost their wallet. Joe's taking the money and keeping it for himself. Joe's all about himself. He doesn't care about anybody else other than himself. And that's why I think Insurgents, you know, realistically, when it comes down to it, if they try and get in the way of Samoa Joe retaining that Universal Championship, well, Joe, he'll do something about it. He's not going to be about to let anybody, even if it is Insurgents, get in his way. I think Joe is just trying to align himself, just creating this fake persona that he actually cares about the three men in this group. Just trying to pretend that he cares, just to make sure that they're watching his back. Make life a little easier as Universal Champion, because look at the competition on Raw. It is incredible at the moment. You've got Balor, you've got Nakamura, you've got Strowman, and not even to mention the likes of Drew McIntyre waiting in the wings, Dolph Ziggler as well, you've got Cena, and the list goes on and on. There are some unbelievable names, and not even to mention as well, we've got some legends that would love to line up against Samoa Joe. Kurt Angle, my goodness, we know Joe and Kurt Angle have had some wars. Why not another one? We could see that in the future. We know that these guys would love an opportunity. You could give them that. Well, Samoa Joe could be in some big, big trouble. He knows that he's in trouble. Otherwise, there's a crossbody from KO. Did he get all of it? I think he may have. Didn't look like it to begin with, but he got there in the end with the crossbody. Gets a 2 count. So with the Insurgents, you got 3 very, very good superstars watching Joe's back. Will Joe watch Kevin Owens' back? Will he watch Rude and Elias' back? That, I don't think so. I just don't know. And that's got to be concerning if you're Kevin Owens, Elias, and Rude. You know, you want your leader to be doing everything he can, obviously, for everybody in the group, not just watching out for his own interests. And that'll be the big question. When it comes down to it, I don't know when that will be or if it ever will come down to it, but will Samoa Joe put himself on the line for the other members of Insurgents? Right now, Kevin Owens is trying to scope out this match. Obviously, just trying to get himself going here, get into his work. He's doing okay so far. And now just looking to wear down Cena. And seeing Kevin Owens just has a bit of wear and tear on the body, just trying to stretch himself out a little bit there. He's a little bit tired, a little bit early on than usual. Oh, that'll work. What a clothesline from KO. Hooking that leg. Could that be it? No. Well, after John Cena's big words, big statement he made a moment ago, I wonder if that will fire up Kevin Owens a little bit. I mean, that's always the danger as well. I don't know if Kevin Owens would have been listening as he came out to the ring just before or just after that Cena promo, but definitely be wondering if Kevin Owens was listening, and it's fired him up a little bit. Oh, the referee is down. That's always trouble. Cena with the right hand. Kevin Owens rock from behind. Cena able to take advantage into the neck breaker. The referee back to his feet though. Referee in a bad position there. As he makes a little mistake, he'll be okay. Now outside the ring, Cena's going to get him up on the shoulders here. John Cena. What can he produce? Oh, the body into the apron. Right on the edge. Cena. Belly to belly slam as well. Cena taking full advantage here. Count of 5 now. Clothesline again. This time John Cena connecting with it. Kevin Owens offering not much here. Just taking the beating and just gets thrown back in the ring. Well, that's a good minute there for John Cena as old KO about to be playing possum a little bit, ready for Cena to strike. Kevin Owens prepared. Now we'll wrap up John Cena and drives the knee into the back of John Cena's head. Trouble now for Cena. And here's the cover. He'll hook the leg. Will this be it? No. And the look on Kevin Owens' face, his frustration, thought maybe. Kevin is no doubt a tremendous star. Two-time world champion, he's been there for a reason. And he's in a downward slump and has been for a long time now. You just get the feeling one big win could turn him all around. Is this the night? Will he do whatever it takes? Will he cheat to win? Will he use Insurgence, or can he do it fair and square? Right now he might need some backup. He's in big trouble. Cena! Oh, the shoulder is up from Kevin Owens. Cena thought maybe he had it. Cena nearly had KO. Now Cena, shoulder block takedown. And another one. John Cena looking perhaps for the 5-knuckle shuffle. Can he get there? Cena drops the boot on the face instead of the fist. Maybe even more effective. Now Cena, blocked there by Kevin and a clothesline. Well, Cena tried his luck with the AA, and it's been a move that hasn't been as effective for Cena in the last couple of years. A lot of superstars are finding ways to kick out of it. Cena is going to try something else, and this might be the move. The STF. Kevin locked in, nowhere to go, struggling. Oh, Kevin, he might tap here. Kevin, oh. Did Cena break it up? Will Kevin slip out? I think Cena might have let go. Has the damage been done? Can Kevin Owens fight through it? He's in danger now. Cena's got him on the top of the rope. Looking to get him up there. Kevin is stunned. Kevin is struggling. He's already trying to recover from one AA. Now the arm drag off the top. The hip toss off the top. He's gone flying through the air. Kevin is down. Kevin is hurt. The AA. Cena to win. Retain the championship. Cena knocks off Kevin Owens tonight. John Cena has done it again. Summerslam's been a tough event for him here in Universe Mode, but he's fought through it tonight, and he's got the victory over Kevin Owens. No Insurgence at all, and the downward slump of Kevin continues. Despite Insurgents backing him, despite their support, they can't be there to get Kevin through this rough patch. Look, to be fair to Kevin, didn't do a lot wrong. Kevin Owens was pretty good tonight. John Cena, though, he's getting back to his best. Getting back to the point where we could see him, maybe, win that World Championship once again. 3-time World Champion here in Universe Mode. Equal best, equal highest. Could he make it a 4th? Down the line, if he can continue this form, maybe. But right now, the IC title's his focus, and he truly is the man to beat. A stunning performance from Cena. It's great to see him back to his best. We saw him down in the dumps for years. 3 long, tough years for Cena. And now a championship. A championship that he's had for a few months now. And it does not look like going away just yet. John Cena, still the Intercontinental Champion. And Kevin Owens will have to reassess again and figure out what went wrong. Well, it's time for our next matchup, ladies and gentlemen. It will be the battle. It is all-out warfare between the two teams. It is a 6-man tag team match. Now, breaking news, it will be an elimination match. So if you get pinned, you're out, and your partners will be left to do the rest. And we'll have more in a moment. Let's take a look at how this all began. 2 teams banded together, the Shield and the Club. And both teams have just been fighting and fighting for months now. Ever since the Shield was formed, the Club felt as though they needed to form up as well to try and defend SmackDown. The Shield were taking over, and now the Resistance has been the Club. But to be fair, over the last little period, you'd have to say that the Shield have gotten the better of the Club. despite the fact that, yes, the US Championship is in the club's possession. The tag titles are in the club's possession as well. The big prize, the WWE Championship, is still in the Shield's possession. And recently on SmackDown, Reigns defended that title against Carl Anderson. It is an all-out battle between the two best groups in the WWE, in my opinion. The Club, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, on their way to the ring. And they are fighting for their leader, AJ Styles, because if the Club wins this match tonight, AJ Styles will be officially allowed to compete for the WWE Championship again. AJ Styles was banned from competing for the championship until Reigns lost the championship. Reigns has not lost the championship technically at all. He's been champion since the Royal Rumble, and AJ Styles wants that chance, wants that title, but he can't get an opportunity until he proves that he deserves it. And he might have that chance if he can win it tonight. Styles, that ban will be lifted, and we can confirm that if Styles wins, he'll be facing Reigns next for the WWE Championship. He's been champion before, AJ Styles, and he has been at the top until Reigns took it from him. Reigns has beaten AJ Styles 3 times for the World Championship. AJ has had to move away from world title aspirations. He went on to win the United States Championship from Dean Ambrose. And Styles and Ambrose have had their battles. And I would love to see Styles and the Money in the Bank holder Seth Rollins go at it. Those two had a war of words. I've yet to see them really go one-on-one. I know that would be fantastic as well. AJ Styles has been one of the key staples of SmackDown. But the Shield, they formed together when Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, they came over from the Raw brand to join Roman Reigns. And as AJ Styles put it, Seth Rollins took the easy way out. Rollins, a respected champion, a respected star, he took the easy way out. He joined the Shield. He could have easily fought against the Shield, said no, and tried to beat Reigns himself. But instead, Rollins, he joined up with Roman, and now the Shield and the Club have been fighting ever since. One group wants supremacy on SmackDown. Only one can have it. You have to say the Shield have run SmackDown for a while now. The Club are fighting. They're showing a lot of resistance. But whenever these two teams seem to clash, the Shield just getting the better of them. Just. Is that about to change? The Shield and the Club, months in the waiting. Here we go. Match underway as straight away Ambrose missing the clothesline. Styles into the dropkick. And the Club fire the first strike in this battle. 6-man tag team match. It's now elimination rules. And also, what I was going to say earlier on, no disqualification. That makes it a big game changer. You can really incorporate a lot more elements into this match with the no disqualification factor. We'll see how it plays out. One team will win. And you must eliminate every member of the opposite team now. And the good thing is that, look, if you get a little bit out of hand and you kind of break the 5 count, or you might use a chair, or you do something a little illegal, you're not going to be disqualified for it. So we're going to truly find out who is the better team. There will be no excuses here. No one's going to take a walk. No one's going to get themselves disqualified. We're going to see two great teams go at it and see who is the better. We did say, though, with no DQ, that's always risky when you got the Shield, obviously, because they could clearly, come in there and be 3-on-1. As Rollins gets the boot on Styles' face. And here we go. Seth Rollins, AJ Styles in the ring. Finally getting a chance to fight each other. AJ Styles said he lost all respect for Seth Rollins. All respect. He said Rollins was a tremendous champion, and now he's just a sidekick to Roman Reigns. Despite the fact that Rollins does have the Money in the Bank briefcase, Rollins, well, he's just taken the easy option. I've got to agree with AJ. I really believed Rollins was going to come to SmackDown and really set the world on fire, but instead he's just played second fiddle to Reigns. Is he just biding his time, or is he honestly happy with where he's at, joining the Shield? Big Luke Gallows will join in now. Well, when you look at the Shield, you've got Dean Ambrose, World Champion, Reigns, World Champion, Seth Rollins, World Champion. And you look at the club, you've got AJ Styles, obviously World Champion, current US Champion. But then you have perhaps the best tag team right now in the WWE. And when you've got a tag team match, especially elimination rules, that could come in very, very handy. Now, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins have been tag team champions before as well. But when you've got the current best tag team and the WWE, in my opinion, in Gallows and Anderson, that is crucial. That could be a bit of an X factor in this match. Obviously, you probably think, okay, Rollins one-on-one should beat Gallows. Ambrose one-on-one should beat Gallows. But in a tag team match, can they beat Gallows and Anderson? I don't know. As now, Luke Gallows will tag in his partner. Carl Anderson will join. Carl Anderson took on Roman Reigns recently on SmackDown for the WWE Championship. Unfortunately, unsuccessful. Dean Ambrose distracted Carl Anderson, and Reigns was able to pick up the victory from that distraction. Anderson went for the big cutter. Reigns shrugged him off, hit the spear, and the distraction was lethal for Carl Anderson. What it did prove, though, is that he can hang, no doubt. You know, any doubts about a tag team wrestler being able to hang with the WWE Champion was kind of gone. As now Reigns would love a bit of revenge here. He would love to get in there and really show Anderson who's boss, even more than he did on SmackDown. More right hands, and Reigns vicious. Roman Reigns, the WWE Championship champion since the Royal Rumble. It's been a long reign for Roman Reigns, but a little bit like Alexa Bliss, hasn't had to defend it all that often in the last couple of months because of this issue with the club and the Shield. Money in the Bank, he teamed up with Dean Ambrose to take on the Bar and the club at Money in the Bank for the tag titles. So Roman Reigns has been a little bit lucky. That's about to run out because after SummerSlam, Reigns will defend that at the next pay-per-view that SmackDown will appear at. And Reigns, he'll have no choice but to be tested against one of the best. Will it be AJ Styles doing that or someone else? It all depends on tonight's result. Just a moment ago, the crowd were giving Reigns an absolute earful, telling him what they think of him. And now, the Superman punch and the Shield looking to take advantage. Oh no, he's on the top of the rope. This could eliminate him already. The triple powerbomb off the top. This could be it for Anderson. Here we go. Triple bomb off the top of the rope. The Shield. No DQ. It's all legal. Will this be it? Gallows gets there and saves the day. Oh, if the club had lost Carl Anderson already, well, you'd have to almost guarantee the Shield would win. Elimination this early on in this match could prove to be fatal. Oh, Gallows clothesline to the outside. Reigns all over this match at the moment. But you notice, didn't try and fight AJ Styles. Not going to let that one happen just yet. Well, I suppose that'll be coming. Carl Anderson back to his feet. He'll have to be hurting. He was still fresh before the powerbomb. Got met with the Superman punch and the triple bomb off the top. Anderson will be hurting, no doubt. But he's going to try and fight through the pain and get a tag. Reigns now. Here we go, Roman Reigns. Oh, into the ring post. And all of a sudden, the pressure's back on Roman Reigns. And that's what you got to do if you're Carl Anderson. You got to keep on fighting, keep on working. Don't let Reigns get the better of you. Make sure that you stay in the hunt. Now, Anderson into the corner. Roman Reigns will look to his tag team partner, Dean Ambrose. You know, we mentioned a moment ago about how Rollins kind of took the easy way out. And Ambrose, we didn't really say that he did, because I felt as though Ambrose, you know, always had the same ideals as Roman Reigns. You know, there's no real shock that he kind of banded up with Reigns. You know, he was the US champion at the time. Reigns was the world champion. It was a perfect fit. And they've still been friends for a long period of time. They've always been close. And Ambrose, you know, I feel as though I wasn't having the success. The Shield has kind of helped Dean Ambrose. It's helped drive Dean Ambrose. We mentioned earlier on with Kevin Owens and the fact that he's had his struggles. Well, Ambrose is pretty similar. Dean Ambrose, 89 wins, 82 losses in Universe Mode. And that's coming from a Royal Rumble winner, a WWE champion, oh, kick out, a US champion, and an Intercontinental champion. A guy who's so decorated, but yet consistency has been a major issue for him. coming together with the Shield, I think could be a great career move. That's why I liked it. Whereas Seth Rollins did not need to do this. Rollins is one of the greats. He has been unbelievable. Seth Rollins has the most wins in Universe Mode history. No need for him to join together. As now, we're looking for another Shield triple powerbomb on Carl Anderson again. This time, not at the top, in the center of the ring. Oh, that's got to be it, surely. Anderson's taking a beating. Ambrose, will he go for the cover? Hooks the leg. And here is Anderson down in the center. And that's it. Anderson has been eliminated. And the club are down to 2. Carl Anderson isolated by the Shield. And just put down savagely by Dean Ambrose, Reigns, and Rollins. This has been a great start for the Shield. Now big Luke Gallows is going to try and get something happening. Luke Gallows is down now. Rollins is out wrestling him here. The technical ability of Seth Rollins on display. Mr. Money in the Bank. AJ Styles tried to win Money in the Bank to make sure that Seth Rollins wasn't going to win it. Make sure that Rollins and the club didn't grow stronger. It failed. Rollins got it. In the meantime, Gallows and Anderson won those tag titles. It's very even right now. The world title situation seems to be all wrapped up with the Shield, whereas the rest of SmackDown, the US and the tag division, are wrapped up with the club. There's Ambrose with the elbow drop there, right in the heart of Luke Gallows. And his heart will be tested right now. Carl Anderson eliminated. AJ Styles, he hasn't teamed up with AJ Styles for a long time. It's been a while. AJ Styles left the club to go his own separate ways to pursue being a singles champion. And the club and Styles, they were always friends, but they just, went about their own business. As now Dean Ambrose working away on the head of Gallows. We saw Carl Anderson walk away to the back a moment ago. He'll be done. He's gone. Nothing more he can do. And technically, he could get himself back involved because of the no disqualification rule. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Ever since the club has reformed, we've seen Gallows and Anderson get a lot more respect from the fans. The fans have really supported their decision to band up with AJ Styles again. AJ Styles, a big fan favorite. Gallows and Anderson quickly becoming one as well. Right now, Gallows is going to try. He's just going to try and dig deep, reach out, make something happen here, because the Shield are just beating him down. They're just wearing him out, and he's got him by the throat now. Seth Rollins is up, and here we go. Choke slam. That could be it. Rollins is down. Hooks the leg. The choke slam. Oh my goodness. Luke Gallows has just pinned Seth Rollins with a choke slam. Wow. A game changer. Gallows. So much power behind the choke slam. And Rollins is out of there. Incredible. And now he's going to try and take care of Reigns. In my opinion, he's got to look for the tag though. Get Styles in there. Freshen things up. You've got someone to tag. You may as well do it. Especially if you look Gallows and you're used to being in a tag team. Styles has fought Reigns many times. He knows him better than anybody right now. But the fact of the matter is, does he know a way to beat Reigns? He's proven that he doesn't in the past. Beautiful fall-away slam as now Gallows will keep the momentum going here for the club. If he can pin Reigns here, I feel as though the club will win. The shoulders right into the midsection of Roman Reigns. Styles applauding. Gallows got to keep on going here. This has been a fantastic little period for him. Really stepping up. Well, he's a big man. He's got to use his power. And I think he's starting to realize that, hey, at the end of the day, I'm much bigger and stronger than these guys. Let's make the most of that. And that choke slam, he hit that with so much force that Rollins had nothing left. All the wind taken out of Rollins. And I tell you what, if that ring wasn't as strong as it was, he would have choke slammed him straight through it. That's how much Gallows really wanted to get the better of Rollins. And it's now Reigns in trouble here. Look out, the calf crusher now locked in by Styles. Out wrestling him right at the moment. Reigns got nowhere to go. Reigns is going to try and survive here. Dean Ambrose not looking to save him just yet. Roman Reigns able to stay in it. Styles wearing down Reigns. Not making him tap out, but knowing in the back of his mind, if he's hurting, I'll be able to get the job done later on. Reigns needs a tag. Ambrose wants in. Reigns has been isolated for a little bit. And this would be so sweet for AJ if he could beat Roman Reigns after all the months that Reigns got the better of him. Styles to come back and get the job done would be sweet justice for AJ. Oh no! Superman punch! Oh my goodness, he was going for the phenomenal forearm, and Reigns struck him in the jaw with a Superman punch. Luckily, Gallows was there, otherwise Styles was finished. Wow, Roman Reigns turned a negative into a positive in an instant, and Reigns all of a sudden back in control. And that's the thing about Reigns, I don't know what it is, but he just has AJ Styles' number. Every time these two men meet, it is Roman Reigns getting the better of him. This crowd's starting to show a bit of disdain for Roman Reigns. He's been despicable over the last 9 months. And hell, even longer. The last year, he has caused chaos. The likes of Edge, Styles, Sami Zayn, in particular, the big three, they've suffered the most from Reigns. Roman Reigns, if he could beat the club here tonight, will eliminate them, perhaps for good, out of the title picture. And can finally forget about AJ. Can finally forget about the club altogether. And go about their own separate ways. Tag now. Luke Gallows back in. He was good before. Can he do that again? Double arm drag. And the kick as well. Nice 1-2 combination there from the club. And that's what you got to see from them. A little bit more tag team work. More frequent tags in and out. Keep themselves fresh. Maintain that advantage. Gallows using his power. Reigns in the corner. And the tag again. This is good. Much better from the club. I'm going to see the arm drag again. No, double back body drop. Reigns, he's been in there for a while. Ambrose can't seem to get in there at all. Reigns will be hurting. Even if they don't pin him here and he does get a tag out, he will be very, very hurt for later on. I don't know how much longer he can last right now. He is crawling to Ambrose. He's struggling. The Shield are in a bad way. Roman Reigns is in a bad way. And now looking for the calf crusher again. Reigns has his boot on the rope, but he does find the elbow. And now Roman going to toss AJ over the top. Chance now for him to tag, and he takes the most of it. There you go. Smart from Reigns. As now Ambrose going to line up AJ and say, you're next, buddy. Here we go. Styles and Ambrose, they have had a lot of wars themselves. Fighting over that United States Championship multiple times over the last number of months. 4 or 5 months, these two guys have had plenty of battles on pay-per-view, on SmackDown. They just do not like each other. And that's where things really kind of began between the Shield and the club. It was the battle between Styles and Ambrose that really sparked this rivalry. Reigns the Samoan drop helping out his partner. And Ambrose meets AJ with a clothesline. Count of 6 now. And Ambrose tossed into the apron again. Reigns is right there. He might look to get himself involved again. Styles got to realize the count's growing, but continues just to drive him into that apron. The count is very high now. Count of 9. Ambrose into the post. He goes down. Styles back in the ring. Count of 10. Count out. Ambrose is out. Ambrose counted out. He can't believe it. And AJ Styles, it worked out to be perfect. Well, I was wondering what the heck he was doing. Doing the same thing over and over. But it worked out beautifully. Ambrose down and out. He is gone. Styles off the top. Oh, corkscrews through the air. Lands down on Reigns. 2-on-1 situation. The Shield are in trouble now. Well, the thing about it is that Ambrose was the fresh man. Reigns was hurt. And now, kick out. Ambrose was the fresh man. Reigns has got to try and dig deep. He's the WWE champion. Can he find a way to get out of this 2-on-1 situation with big Luke Gallows working away on him now. Ambrose counted out. He can't believe it. We know there's no disqualifications, but the count-out rule still in place. And that proved to be lethal for Ambrose. Right now, Gallows trying to pick apart Reigns. Reigns already battling here. Has he got anything left? Can he dig deep and ensure that AJ Styles is getting nowhere near that WWE Championship anytime soon? Can he finally move on from Styles and the club? Great power there by Luke Gallows, tossing Reigns down. And look, if you've got this 2-on-1 situation, you've got to take the most of it. You have to continue those tags. There's now Gallows with multiple elbow drops, really wearing Reigns down. Reigns is hurt. Reigns back up to his feet now. Has he got anything left in the tank? Roman Reigns up top, looking for the crucifix bomb. And he's got it! Cover! Kick out from Gallows though. I thought that was it. Gallows gets the tag. Styles is back in. Went for the clothesline. Reigns shrugging it off. Right hand from Roman. Up in the shoulders now. Samoan drop. Styles straight back to his feet. He's having none of it. Drop kick. Reigns goes down. Reigns is hurt badly. This could be the moment for AJ where he finally gets the better of Roman Reigns. Is he looking for that calf crusher? AJ lines up Roman now. Can he get it done? AJ looking for the Styles clash. AJ Styles hits it. Shoulders down. Reigns in big trouble. AJ Styles finally beats Roman Reigns, and the club beat the Shield. AJ Styles is officially eligible to challenge for the WWE Championship once again. It has been a long wait for AJ, over 6 months since he challenged. He has been wanting this badly, and he had to go through the entire Shield to get it done. Anderson comes back out to join them and celebrate. And the celebrations will last a long time. The tag champs, the US champ, they reign supreme. The club, they are the best on SmackDown. One last match for our SummerSlam event tonight. And it is the biggest of them all. The Universal Championship on the line. Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe. Years in the making, this match for Braun Strowman, a man that has been rising up the ranks for the last couple of years now, and he finally gets a Universal Championship match. He has been waiting and waiting, and tonight he gets Samoa Joe one-on-one. We said earlier on that Samoa Joe, he promised there will be no interferences from Insurgence. He promised that this will be a clean and fair fight. Insurgence will play no part. Will he hold up to his end of the bargain? I would probably say no. But we can only take his word for it. Let's hope he will. Braun Strowman deserves a fair shot. He has been unbelievable. Multiple-time Intercontinental Champion. The longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in Universe Mode history. Braun Strowman is ready for this moment. And one thing that did kind of get with me when Samoa Joe was talking earlier on in the show, he did say that Braun Strowman didn't really deserve this opportunity. He hasn't really earned it. I tend to disagree. I think Braun Strowman, as we said, IC champ for a year. He spent a long time as the champion, beating a lot of the best of the best. And perhaps he didn't go through the rigors of winning a tournament or beating multiple guys to become the #1 contender. But I still feel as though Braun Strowman had to work hard to get to this spot. Braun Strowman, given the #1 contendership opportunity from Christian, he felt as though he was the deserving man after Strowman's recent impressive performances, his impressive string of tremendous matchups that he's had, and obviously the history of his career. It was time. It definitely was time for Strowman, and this is his time. Will he make the most of the time though? Braun Strowman, the monster among men. Well, he could join a short list of immortals if he can win the Universal Championship tonight and become one of the greats. We opened up the show talking about the moments, the title changes, the history of SummerSlam here in Universe Mode. Well, SummerSlam, it's a place that is quite often known to see some title changes. But the Universal Championship last year was a night to forget for Samoa Joe. He cashed in Money in the Bank, and he failed. It was a night where he thought he was going to win that championship, and it really was the beginning of a new Samoa Joe being formed. A Samoa Joe that was no longer going to play by the rules, no longer going to take no for an answer. He was going to do things his own way and do whatever it took to get to the top. And Joe is at the top now, and has been for a while. And he has Insurgents watching his back at the same time. Samoa Joe, I've got to say, he's in a very strong position. He could certainly be one of the great champions here in Universe Mode. He's got to get through Strowman tonight, and that's not going to be easy, especially if he can throw you around like that. Braun Strowman, so big, so strong, so tough. It's so difficult to beat him. And Joe has dealt with Balor, dealt with Nakamura recently on pay-per-views. We know he's been involved with Randy Orton as well. John Cena, we know Joe can certainly match up with him. You know, he's taken on some of the best comers, and he's been able to beat them. Seth Rollins, he and Joe have had their battles plenty of time as well. Samoa Joe has been excellent. You know, we talk about having a good year. Well, Samoa Joe certainly has. Ever since, you know, probably Survivor Series of last season, Joe has really turned things around. Once the NWO and Goldberg, that situation was sorted last season, Joe has moved up into a new gear. And so far, nobody's really been able to match him. Not even Seth Rollins. Joe winning the championship at WrestleMania from Rollins, and he's been able to knock off, as I said, Balor and Nakamura since on singles occasions. Joe going to get Strowman over the top of the rope, and Strowman goes down. Danger signs here for Strowman. You don't want to take too many of those. Certainly being a big man, you want to stay in the ring for as long as you can. And, oh, big boot by Samoa Joe. Continue the offense here. Joe, technically far more superior. Submission machine. We know that. And that's got to be his key to his game tonight. He's got to really just hone in. Don't try and brawl. Don't try and outmuscle Braun Strowman. Just stay in the hunt. Get Strowman on the mat and work him away and find that submission. That, in my opinion, has to be the key to victory for Joe. As now Strowman picks him up and drives him into the canvas with a spine buster. That's how strong he is. He can pick up Joe in an instant and drive him down. And when he does that, it's going to hurt. That's for sure. Right hand now by Strowman. Continue the offense here. Another one now. Braun Strowman looking okay. Shot to the midsection here. Joe staggering, in a bit of danger. Oh, swept off his feet. Braun Strowman getting pummeled into the canvas now by Joe, and certainly not the way I kind of saw this match going. Is now Samoa Joe hits the running senton. Oh, he's going to go for it again, is he? This time using the other direction. Twice in a row for Joe. Realizing the sense of urgency in this match, Samoa Joe, he knows that he's got a small window. You know, if he gets a chance on Strowman, you've got to take the most of it. And at the moment, he is absolutely dominating Braun Strowman. There's a reason why he's the champ. And Joe said Strowman does not deserve this opportunity, didn't earn it. Said he should have had to go through a few more challenges to get here to really prove that he was ready for this occasion. And at the moment, Strowman, he is struggling. Joe is just killing him at the moment. And now with the Boston Crab. Look at those big legs, so hard to stop them from moving and breaking free. And obviously the body of Strowman so strong as well. He's just able to crawl his way out of harm. And now Joe working away on the leg here, trying to keep the big man down. And it's the perfect strategy. It's exactly what he should be doing. And much to my surprise, Samoa Joe executing it to perfection at the moment. Rolling over Braun Strowman here. Could be it. Kick out. Well, Strowman's got to get some offense in. He's got to try and get some strikes in. Try and level the playing field. This will work. Look at the power of Braun. And up and down you go. Braun Strowman trying to get some support here. Trying to pump himself up. He's had a dreadful start to this main event. It's been all Samoa Joe. And it's normally always all Strowman. Braun now. Ducks underneath. And tosses Joe away. Wants him up again. Spinebuster. There you go. Strowman getting some offense. Getting a bit of a combination building. Now Strowman picking him up on the shoulders. Cuts him up and down. Braun Strowman, he's back. Rough start, but you can always come back if you stay in the hunt. And that's exactly what Strowman's been able to do here tonight. Oh, what a boot there by Samoa Joe. And now Strowman over the top of the rope. Down he goes. Count begins. Count out. No good for Strowman, but will be good for Samoa Joe. Bouncing him off the apron there. Joe can take his time. Strowman's hurting. He knows that Samoa Joe. He can really plan out what he's going to do next. Doesn't have to make any rash decisions. Doesn't have to rush anything. Just make sure he does the right thing. Strowman, though, gonna fight. Joe is down. Now Braun, thinking about firing a big move here at Samoa Joe. Can he execute? Picks up Joe. Looking for the running power slam. Got it. Joe's boot underneath the rope. Referee had to call it. And that's what happens when you're hurting, you're struggling, and you're desperate. You don't think about those things, and Braun Strowman makes a crucial error. That could have picked him up the victory, but Samoa Joe close to the ropes, it won't be the case. And again, Strowman using his power on Joe. He's got to do more of that, Strowman. And this is the thing, when Strowman hits you, he hits you so hard, it will hurt you twice as much as somebody else. And that's what Samoa Joe's feeling right now. Yes, Strowman hasn't got a lot of offense in, but all the offense he gets in, it hurts just as much, so it basically balances itself out. Joe will be reeling. He needs to find something as well. He's got to get back up into this one. With Strowman hitting a couple of major left hands, and this crowd is getting behind Strowman. They are starting to really support the monster. We knew this was not going to be a long match. We know this is just going to be an all-out fight, and that's exactly what it's been. And Strowman, he's trying his best just to make sure that things don't get out of hand. It'll be the first time he ever wins the Universal Championship or any World Championship of any kind if Strowman can win here tonight. Crucial that he tries and makes that happen. He's never going to get an opportunity like this again. At least not for a while. If he loses tonight, it could be a waiting game again for Strowman. He's waited long enough. It's time for Strowman. This is the moment where he truly deserves to break out and become a main star. We've been waiting and waiting for him to do it. Tonight is the night. But right now, Joe looking to spoil it. Uranagi. And Joe looking to recover after he took a bit of an attack from Braun. Gets Braun in the center of the ring. Good positioning, but Strowman should be okay, you feel. Oh, a late count. Well, he took a bit of time in between the Uranagi and the pinfall. Maybe Strowman looking to take as much time as he could. I think that might have been the case. Almost left it for too long, though. Oh, Strowman tells him to sit down and smashes him into the canvas. Joe now looking to perhaps put him away. And now Joe looking for the Coquina clutch. Strowman countering. Joe trying to fend him off. Down goes the monster. And Joe looking to make Summerslam an event that he can look back on fondly, because at the moment it was an event of nightmares for him last season. This is crucial that he bounces back. Not only that, I feel if he beats Braun Strowman, there might not be anyone else left that can beat him. He's already gone through Balor and Nakamura. No more Seth Rollins. Joe could really go on to dominate Raw for a long period of time. Insurgence would have the gold, the major prize. Joe trying to stop Strowman from getting up, and does so. That takedown. Strowman's hurting. He's really stunned. And now Joe! What a slap to the face after the combination beforehand. And the running senton again. Relentless from Samoa Joe. Braun Strowman just can't get going. He's trying, Strowman. But Joe just has come into this match with a perfect game plan, it seems. Suppressing all of Strowman's offense. But right now, Strowman picking him up. Looking for the power slam again. He's got it. Will he seal it? No. A foot on the rope again. Braun Strowman maybe had the match won. He could have stole the Universal title. But again, not paying attention to the rope break. That could cost him dearly. Joe continuing now. Bouncing back from the running power slam. Looking to fight. Looking to wear down Strowman and maybe set him up for the big move that will get him this victory. We've got to say, Joe's been very lucky at the moment. That rope break has saved him twice. It very could have easily been a victory for Braun Strowman. As Joe with a boost to the face. Shot to the midsection. DDT. Can this beat Strowman? Joe to do it. A kick out again. A late count once again. Strowman happy to wait the entire, 2 3/4 seconds that he's got before he does kick out. And looking to use all those 3 count, all the 3 count that he can. And now another Uranagi by Joe. Strowman again hurt. He's really badly hurt now. I don't know how much longer he can go. Strowman's one of those guys, if he doesn't beat you in about 5 to 6 minutes, that's when he's vulnerable. And Joe has survived that by not allowing Strowman to get anywhere near the offense that he needed to put enough pressure on Joe to beat him. A couple of bad decisions with the running power slam, and all of a sudden Strowman could be on the way to a loss. Or will he? Tosses Joe back in the ring. Can he build some momentum here? Maybe one last chance for Joe for Strowman to make something happen. Pounding away with right hands. In the skull of Samoa Joe, more this time. Strowman beating away on Joe. Strowman hurting Joe here. And now Joe trying to get the hell out of there. Strowman can't quite grab onto him. And wait a sec, Joe, is he looking to take a walk? Samoa Joe's had enough. Well, a count out will keep the title on him. And now the referee is trying to discuss with Samoa Joe what the hell's going on. What's his problem? He's trying to get Joe back in the ring. And Samoa Joe doesn't want to do it. He wants to keep chatting to the referee. Referee's still out there. Strowman in the ring waiting. Oh, no. What the? Randy Orton! RKO! What the hell? Where did he come from? Randy Orton hits the ring. Hits the RKO. He's on his way out now. Joe had the referee distracted. There will be no DQ. And Samoa Joe back in the ring has Strowman in the corner. And come on, not this way, Joe. You said there would be no interference. I mean, yeah, technically it wasn't Insurgence. It was Randy Orton, the muscle buster. And a beaten Braun Strowman, already severely hurt from the previous offense in the match. And Joe picks up the win. Damn it. Joe said no Insurgence. And technically, he was right. No Insurgence, but Randy Orton, he was there. Joe had a plan this whole time. He fooled us. He said, don't worry about Insurgence. We're going to have a clean fight tonight. Yeah, right. Joe realized Braun Strowman was on his way back. Those right hands, they really rocked Joe. And Strowman was about ready, I feel, to get back into this match. Joe took a walk, told the referee to come out and have a chat. And he distracted the referee long enough for Randy to hit the RKO. Joe back in the ring with the muscle buster. And he has done it. Joe walks out of SummerSlam, still the Universal Champion. And the questions are, what's the deal with Randy? Is he joining Insurgence? We'll have to wait and find out. That is SummerSlam, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like on it. Subscribe to see more. More episodes of Universe Mode will come your way very, very soon. Make sure you're involved in the community. Join our Discord. If you join it, it's absolutely free to join. You can head over to the website, BrendenPlayz.com, and find the link to the Discord and much, much more there on the website. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize for the lack of videos over the last number of months, but I hope this kind of made up for it. We worked hard on SummerSlam. I hope you did enjoy the big pay-per-view. Much more Universe Mode action to come. And over the next few months, we're going to see a lot more exciting stuff as well as what you just saw tonight. Some big episodes are coming your way. Universe Mode, you know, we may be in our 5th season, but to be honest, we're just getting started. Much more to come. I hope you all enjoyed it, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed and watched the full show, make sure you put the word summer in the comments section down below. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you next episode.